Good evening, one and all. It is Friday. It is the end of the working week, and today we've got a brand new game. It is Slay the Spire 2. Oh, yes, indeed. Now, this is in early access, and I see Zom popping up already on that very thought, wondering if this game will make you cave in on early access. So here's the thing: is that when it comes to early access, a lot of game devs do abuse that, or otherwise, when they say early access, what they mean is, dear God, this game is far from reasonably playable. When it comes to the devs behind Slay the Spire, I have absolute confidence in them to have brought us a product which is ready to be purchased, even if it has more to come in the future. So yeah. Ray popping in only to say hi, don't want spoilers. Yeah, fair enough. That's absolutely fair enough. I'm sure everyone else here is looking forward to all said spoilers. Absolutely. And we do have the green in the background, as requested, during the starting tune screen there from, I believe that's from Byte. Yeah. So, with no further ado, no messing around, no silliness before we get into the silliness, let's just get straight on to Slay the Spire. As I say, the funny double coin of YAEA is, yeah. When it comes to ones which are early access because they're still working on what they consider the core game, I get it. Open beta? Sure. But again, it's because it gets misused as a term. And because it gets misused, that's why, by and large, I give it a pass, unless I see sufficient reason otherwise. But these guys have earned an instant pass with their previous work. Turns out, a reputation stands for something. So, we're going to pop into a single-player run. I currently only have access to the Ironclad because, of course, this is a brand new game, brand new run-through. The rest has yet to be unlocked, and as I have a glance through this, I can't help but notice that there are 5 character profiles, because that's what they currently have. More characters than the original game, and this is still only, quote-unquote, early access. Oh, yes. But let's see where this all goes. Let's see where this all goes. So, let us begin. Enable tutorials? I don't think we're going to need a tutorial, are we? But there could be changes. There could be major changes to the actual gameplay loop. So you know what? Let's be sensible. Let's not act like we know everything. Go on, give us a tutorial. Let's see what they do with said tutorial. Let's have a look. 6 room to travel. Okay, yeah, that much we know. Okie dokie. To the enemies by playing cards. Cards require energy, so turn new cards drawn, energy is replenished. Yep, that's all basics. That's all good. Defense for block. During turn, can see what they're going to do. Very nice. Well, considering this is, yep, once again, good old Ironclad. Heal 6 at the end of combat. No change there. So far, the basics are the same. Animation's improved. There is definitely more to the animation I can see here. But the absolute fundamentals, they are the same. This little nibbit we're going to cut our way through. Let's see, we've got an incoming attack there, so let's block it, and then let's bash them with the vulnerable. Very nice. No more cards. If there's no more cards, the discard pile on the right is shuffled into your draw pile on the left. Yep, makes sense. So far, it's almost like I don't actually need the other bits and pieces that come with the tutorial, but I mean, it's good to see how they approach it. Enemy is about to buff itself and nothing else, so we might as well just full hit. There we go. Alright, now it's got big old 14 damage incoming. I don't have enough damage to kill it, so I'd rather just full block. This is why I wait for 3 turns of vulnerable, because then I can take a turn or 2 to just full block and still come out on top. We've got 8 damage incoming here. Can I kill it? 8 and 6? Yes, I can. Not a problem. So far, it's looking like it's basically Slay the Spire 1.1, as it were. 1.5, what do you want to call? It's the same with more. Okay, so let's see what else have we got then. Setup strike, deal 7 damage, gain 2 strength this turn. That's new. Ooh. Interesting. Tremble, apply 2 vulnerable. Nice standard simple skill. Lose 2 hit points, gain 16 block. An interesting trade-off to be sure, actually, yeah. That is a very interesting trade-off. It also does cost 2 energy to utilize, but turning 16 incoming damage to just 2 immediate damage? Yeah, it's not a terrible choice. Overall, I am going to go with the Blood Wall, just because a single card for high defense is often very welcome. Let's have a look at the routes we've got available to us here. Looking at all the options, that left path, my word, triple elite. Don't really want to start with triple elite. I want to explore the game a little bit more rather than get obliterated on some bad luck there. Especially as new elites means new strategies needed. However, I do see what could be an interesting path up this way. Skipping that shop, which means also skipping that rest, although if things go badly here, I can choose a detour into shop and rest. And then it's that elite. So let's do that. Okay. Oh, that's unusual. Strategic, the enemy intends to give you 2 status cards. Okay. A pair of leaf slimes and a twig slime. Interesting. I was expecting status effects from these guys, not status cards. Alright. Now, with what I've got here, I can just one-shot this guy, take him off the field, put up a block to block that. We still suffer the status from this, but that seems like a good opening start to just bring down their action economy, if nothing else, and be able to put basically full damage into that one there. We missed out on 1 point of damage. Very efficient. Ah, yes. Pair of slime cards. So that's how they're demonstrating the slime cards. Interesting. Slime does now draw 1 card exhaust. If I recall correctly, it was just before. Just play it, costing you 1 energy exhaust. Interesting. So at least it now cantrips out of it, basically. Very interesting. Now here we can make use of that Blood Wall. We've got 12 incoming damage. I can turn it into 2 and still have room for an attack. Although, that's also the same as using 2 defend cards, because it's 12 damage. So it's actually exactly the same. Interesting. Further alternative, I could take 3 damage by going strike, strike, defend, killing the twig slime in the process. I think taking 1 extra hit to take this off field is the smarter play here. Alright, so this time it's not going to hurt us in any way. So what I can do is just go for the attack, and get rid of this. It does mean the Blood Wall comes through, so that's, okay. Actually a negative effect though of getting rid of the slimed, but it's still getting rid of the slimed. We don't want more of that lying around. If I do an 8 and a 6, which would be increased to 9, that is not enough to kill it. So I do need to defend here. Let's still hit it with the 8 and then defend. Because we then get more damage on the next turn. If I get damage cards. I do. Good, good, good. So far so good. Ah, okay. New tutorial bit. Tip power cards. Power cards apply a buff when used. Buffs remain for the duration of a single combat. Good to know. Interesting they've changed power cards away from being a circle to being this rounded rectangle shape. I'm not in favour of either in particular, it's just an interesting change in the design they've gone for. Otherwise, all the rest of these are nearly the same. Lose 1 hit point, deal 9 damage to all enemies. I always love a good AoE card. An AoE card is always welcome for tearing through a bunch of small stuff, because if you got as many as 5 enemies, this is a 45 damage card against 5 enemies. That is very welcome. So yes, I will take that over the power card there. And then I get something which is a single target, so no AoE available. Let's see, it tends to debuff me. Okay, I do like that new icon. It's not as unique as the debuff icons of Slay the Spire 1, but it is more directly informative of what it's going to be doing. I do like that. Let's go ahead then and do our damage here. We can go ahead with the bash, and then I could go into a breakthrough. Yeah, I lose a hit point, but in the process, I will be dealing more damage than if I just did a strike. And considering Ironclad can heal themselves, I feel like that's a worthwhile trade, actually. Get the extra damage in there, because that would have done 9, so I got 4 more damage out of that at the cost of a singular hit point. Oh, what is that? Shrink. While Shrinker Beetle is alive, your attacks deal 30% less damage. Is that a permanent debuff until it dies? Oh! Okay. Well, that is a little unexpected. I can apply 6 damage because I've got the damage buff on it, so I can apply 12, block 5, take 2. That's still worthwhile. So we go hard on the attack there because of the heals. Yeah, that is sticking around. Now, as much as the debuff has worn off, I have enough attack cards to just finish that. So it's all good. But that's something to watch out for now, because that could certainly be problematic later on. Basically a permanent weak effect until we hit the specific target. Huzzah! We got this a potion. And let's see. Right. Good old Iron Wave, that has returned. Dismantle. Deal 8 damage if enemy is vulnerable. Hits twice. Ooh. With the 50% bonus damage from vulnerable, that's effectively if enemy is vulnerable, you're dealing triple damage. Nice. And then Cinder. Deal 17 damage. Exhaust the top card of your draw pile. Good if you know what your top card is going to be. Bad if you don't. Because that can be used to get rid of debuffs, curses, that sort of thing. Hello there, Concept. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well yourself. Oh, hey. It shows us what we're expecting. At the end of the act, we'll be fighting Phantom. Ah. Phantom is new. We'll have to see what that's about. It's like, looks like it could be problematic. Alright, in terms of a card then, I did pick up a block 1, I did pick up an AoE 1. Let's go for a single target attacker. That should be nice. Oh, hello. Brand new events. Also, I like the sort of bit of animation going on here. Biradonus Nest. You spot an enormous shambling beast chase off an injured green bird. In the alcove the bird fled from, a single unguarded egg lies abandoned. Your stomach gurgles. Oh. So I can eat the egg for 7 max hit points, or I can take the egg, adding it to my deck. Unplayable, can be hatched at a rest site. It's a quest card that's unplayable. That is peculiar, and the trade-off of effectively giving up 7 max hit points, I have to know where this goes. I just have to. You gently scoop up the egg and stow it, thinking it may hatch into something useful later. Let's proceed. Because there is a rest site up there, my plan has changed. Let's visit the shop for a moment. Hey, you've got a little bit more than just a blanket now. Look at this. Got a full little tent set up. Hello, Mirrorlabe. So let's have a look then. I haven't got much gold at the moment. 140 does not normally afford a lot. And that is still true to this day. Okay then. Let's have a look at some of these new cards. A 3 energy cost. Gold card. It's an attack. Deal 15 damage. Enemy loses 10 strength this turn. Oh my. Not very high on the damage for the cost, but that is a big shutdown, especially to multi-attacking targets. Interesting. Iron Wave, yep, we've seen that. Evil Eye, gain 8 block, gain another 8 block if you've exhausted a card this turn. Okay, yep. Exhaust egg, go burr. Blanket doesn't say not for sale. True, true, yeah, there's nothing on the blanket, they're saying that now. Primal Force, transform all attacks in your hand into Giant Rock. 0 energy cost to cast this, but it turns all attacks into a deal 16 damage attack. Interesting. Zom, I feel like first remove was always 75. I might be wrong, but I feel like it's that. And a Rupture, whenever you lose hit points on your turn, gain 1 strength. Yep, standard enough power. If you have no attacks in your hand, draw 2 cards. Yep, that's the same as before. Bolas. I don't like the finger coming over the card. It looks like it's not always doing that. There is some randomness to where the finger places. I don't like the finger coming over the card. When it's the one I am looking at right now, that should just be priority. I want to see the full thing. But let's see. 0 energy cost. It's an attack. Deal 3 damage at the start of your next turn. Return this to your hand. Oh, damn. So that, as soon as you got it, if you play it, you just get it again every turn. So long as you aren't prevented from playing an attack for some reason, you can just attack, 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 guaranteed every turn with this card. Interesting. That is a nifty one. And what have we got over here? Permafrost. The first time you play a power each combat, gain 6 block. Okay, that's cool. It's a little nifty. Venerable T-Set, whenever you're into rest site. Next combat, you get 2 more energy. Makes sense. Gnarled Hammer. Upon pickup, enchant. Up to 3 attacks with sharp 3. Increases damage on this card by 3. Enchanting cards? Not upgrading the card. Enchanting the card. Oh. Now that is a new mechanic entirely. I'll have to see what more of those options pop up, absolutely. Speed Potion, same as usual. Flex Potion, same as usual. Was it called Flex Potion before? Not sure. And Swift Potion, draw 3 cards, same as usual. Okay, interesting all around on that. I do want to buy something. The question is, what do I buy here? All told. Because there's only a few options I have. I could go to remove a card from my deck. Obviously not the egg. So I could take this opportunity to remove, for example, a strike. And just clean up the deck a little bit there. And honestly, I don't think that's a bad shout. I could even take out the strike and also pick up this Evil Eye. Actually, I don't have any means of exhaust at the moment, do I? No. So that would be a little bit wasteful. It is stronger than a block card. Rupture is synergized with Bloodwall. There's also that, yep, yeah. Rupture would go nicely there. Let's see, I've got 140. And I've got a hydrate request. Cheers. 140 means that I can't buy 3 things here. I can only get 2. I'm thinking the card removal would likely be a nice one. Rupture is nice. Evil Eye is nice. Not Evil Eye. No, Evil Eye is not nice enough here. As much as it's on discount, it's not nice enough for what I need. I think Rupture and card removal would have been nice, but that's 147. I can't afford that. Strength can build into some crazy options. Let's go just Rupture. I'm not going to go for Iron Wave, as much as it is a block and damage card in one. I don't want to be filling up my deck with moderate cards. This doesn't really lean into anything in particular right now, so that's why not. Okay, let's proceed. Rest Site. So, Hatch is a separate choice. Figured it would be. So we can Rest. Rest is normal. Smith is normal. Hatch. We've got to find out. Oh, okay. Okie dokie. So we've gained Bird Pip. Upon pickup, gain the card Bird Swoop. A Bird Pip will accompany you in battles. I don't know what accompaniment will bring at the moment. We're going to find out. But it has given me a 0 cost 14 damage attack card. And it's green. Okay. Also, the rest sites are a little more detailed now, and I do like that. We should probably light the campfire. Come on, you know, this is an option. Anyway, the cost of picking up a bird is now we must deal with this mini boss. It's a bird. Oh dear. Oh, hi. I definitely did not steal your little guy here. That is not what happened in the slightest. Yeah, we're gonna need to do what we can here. Now, I've got 3 energy available. I can play everything but a single strike. So, I might as well just go all in on that. I still don't know what the bird's gonna do, but we're gonna find out. If it, you know, does anything. We can certainly... I mean, it's certainly acted threateningly. Hey, I did not snatch any kid. I simply found an egg and then it hatched. That ain't kid snatching. Territorial, even if it's turn, it gains 1 strength. Yeah, so we're going to need to deal with that. I can absolutely block a lot of that incoming damage, which will be very, very nice. And I can use a breakthrough to further enhance my benefits here.
Vector punched me so far that I arrived at 17 months.
Oh, well, that is one heck of a vector pad you stepped onto there. Mantis, thank you very much for resubscribing on tier 2 once again upon 17 months there. Much appreciated, Mantis. Much appreciated indeed. Alright, so let's Blood Wall, gain that massive mana block, and gain some strength in the process to make Breakthrough and every other attack stronger, which is then going to cost me another hit point to gain yet more strength for later in the fight. Yes, I'm taking hits that way, but I'm also boosting myself at the same time as this bird is boosting itself. It feels like a good trade here. Oh boy. So if I bash, apply the vulnerable, and then dismantle, I'm opened up to 18 incoming damage, but this will deal 10. This will then deal 30. That's 40 damage out of its 64 hit points. That is a damn good trade instead of blocking just 5 of the incoming damage. So, yes, absolutely. Smack, and then absolutely smack. If it's just a little bit lower, the fire potion... Ah, well, it's a shame on that. Now we take 18 damage. Ouch. Big nasty hit on that, but we should very easily be able to... Okay, I mean, that's just a gimme. Don't even need to use the potion on that one. Nice! Alright then, letting us know about relics. Nothing too notable there, it's just relics. We already know that from the first game. The relic we get is Starsiege Combat with 1 strength. I mean, that's just very welcome. Does vulnerable affect potions? I don't believe it does. No, I think vulnerable is for attacks. Vulnerable creatures take 50% more damage from attacks. Yeah, not potions. Okay, so we have the options of Bludgeon, good old Bludgeon, 32 damage. Has that been downgraded? I feel like I remember Bludgeon being a rare, not an uncommon. But I might be wrong on that. Higher is a brand new card to me. Spend 2 energy to cast it, gain additional energy at the start of each turn. And the upgrade on that is... Oh! Okay, I was expecting it to be innate as the upgrade. It turns into gain 2 at the start of each turn? Oh boy. That is some energy economy right there. I can't turn that down. I can't. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, 32 or 42 damage for 3 energy. Energy economy go burr. Okay, let us proceed. I have taken a bit of a stonking hit there. As much as I... Oh, actually, if I go through the rest site, I can upgrade it now. I'm just going to upgrade it right now. Smith. Pyre. Boost. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright then, let's continue. What are these little ninja kittens? Inklets. Okay. Enemy attempts to attack. Slippery. Next time Inklet loses hit points, it only loses 1 instead. Oh! Oh, that's mean. That is definitely mean, because it means that this would deal 1 damage to each enemy. Well, that sucks a bit. Okay. Now, oh, so many options, but I do kind of also need to block. So let's pyre and block. Invest. Invest. Yeah, we take a fair chunk of hits there, unfortunately, but... Right, so now... Now 5 energy. I'm only halfway through Act 1. So, turn all this incoming damage into much less. Seems very worthwhile. And then... Now let's say I've got 3 energy. If I go hit, 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 I can do a total of 15 damage. So I can't take out you, but I can take out you. Hard focus one of them, because then, as much as my AoE is weaker, I've got far less action economy on their side to deal with. That just seems like a smart play here. Right then. With this now, honestly, I might as well just play every card. Yeah. I could just play every card. Let's see. If I go with that first, and then I do the 9 and 7, I can take out you entirely. And then just full block. And I mean, this one's just an easy win. Take you out with that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Stomp, 3 energy cost, deal 12 damage to all enemies, cost 1 less for each attack played this turn. Ooh. Ooh, I do like that. Can I heal in between combat? I automatically heal at the end of combat 6 HP, and then you can rest at rest sites for, I think it's 30% of hit points as well. Other options may be available to you. So these are nice, but... Considering I've got the energy economy going for me, I can really make that one work. But also card draw. Card draw is a big deal. A near enough cantrip 8 block versus an AoE attack. I'm going to go this one. It might be the wrong choice, but I've done it. Alright, what's in our very first chest? It is... Gorget. At the start of each combat, gain 4 plating. Plating means at the end of your turn, gain block. Plating is reduced by 1 at the start of your turn. Okay. So it's a 4 block, then a 3, then a 2, then a 1. Yes, Brother Oni, if you play 3 attacks, the AoE becomes free. Correct. Very, very nice. Interesting they've done away with the UI to click through for that. It was mostly just the item pops up and the gold just auto goes in. Interesting. I guess it means if you wanted to intentionally skip gold on a run, here you can't, but I don't think there's any strategy that revolves around that, and it might be something they change in future anyway. So, going from here, I honestly feel like we could go rest and then slam straight into another elite and more, because I've not got enough gold to make a shop worthwhile. I could go this route instead, go normal fight, rest, then into elite, and then have the options here. Actually, you know what? No, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that, because I would also like to have an unknown room, just to mix it up a little bit more than just fight, 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 fight. We're going to get plenty of fights. I want to see more of the events as well. Let's go this way. Okay. Whenever I lose hit points, gain strength. And then a single block and a single attack because I'm going to gain enough other block to deal with this. So, invest, bit of block, bit of damage, that is turn. Yeah, so it looks like this goes down 1 per turn automatically, rather than the old plated which went down every time you took a hit, because if you could full block, it was total, but then if you took a load of small hits, you'd just get shredded. So I guess that gives you a more predictable, more reliable output from it. That is a lot of damage incoming. I only have a single block card. I also have Pyre and Bird Swoop, so I mean, it's just going to have to happen. Grab that. Grab this. Smack with that. The bird's very happy about it every time. 6 damage taken. Honestly, not too shabby to say. I can now do a breakthrough. Into a strike, into a strike, into a stomp. How much is that going to give me there? I'm also going to gain strength on the follow-up attacks. So that'll be 10, 8, 8, and 14. That's 26, 30. That's not enough to kill it. That's a little unfortunate. That is not enough to kill it. That said, it should also be free, so then I can also cast the defend anyway. And I will block all but 1 damage. 2 because of breakthrough. Yeah, I mean, that works out. Let's just do that. Extra strength gained. Smack. And smack. Here's our free stomp. Smack. And then we block anyway. Still for a 7 against the 8 incoming. A net 2 damage during that turn. And now we just murder it. Bam. Got a strength potion, gain 2 strength for the entire combat. That is nice. And what else have we got? Rage has made its return. Whenever you play an attack this turn, gain 3 block. Very nice. Deal 7 damage, gain 2 strength this turn. Nice. Deal 4 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Again, I do like my AoEs. I don't want to go too hard on the attacks though, and this allows me to go slightly harder on the attacks and still gain block. I'm gonna take that one. Now, we have got an elite fight coming up. I'm nearly at half health, so I am going to take that rest. And yes, you're very right to mention earlier, the fire is there until we do something. And then the fire goes. Let's do this. Yeah, AoE vulnerability is a nice idea, but not leaning too hard into attacks feels like a better idea. Infested, upon dying, summons something. A frog parasite. Oh my, that is disgusting. And also, is it going to give me 3 cards? Ew. Okay. There's not red light on the side of my face? Oh, yeah, I see that. What's going on with that? Hold on. Is that because I've got the microphone so close? Is it... Wow, okay. Because I moved the microphone that close to my face, it's actually the light coming off the microphone. I didn't even realize. Do I have something I can cover that with? That is a little... I didn't even realize how that was. I moved the microphone that much closer. I didn't even realize. I'm going to dig it through the drawers. One moment. Also, yes, burn and dismantle in the opening. Masking tape? I don't have masking tape. I don't really have a need for masking tape is usually so bad at stuff. I know I have sellotape somewhere. Wait. I have a sticky note. I take the sticky note, I cut a corner off the sticky note, I put that over there. I probably should have muted the microphone whilst adjusting this. That has done so little for it, hasn't it? And it's coming away. Okay, that's... It doesn't help that the light on the microphone is raised from the microphone. It's a hard, jutting out bit of plastic. So the sticky tape doesn't... Sorry, the sticky... Excuse me. The sticky note doesn't want to stick to it properly. Oh, there's my sellotape. It was hidden. Hidden behind a little face mirror. Hello, Zelon. Don't mind me, just quickly attending to my microphone being a little too red. Okay. Right. So, what I can do, because that is coming off. Yeah, let's try that like so. Mute. Okay. That's not got rid of the red light entirely, but it has muted it a lot. And now it just looks like everything is correct. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. Headphones caught on the drawer because I closed it. There we are. Right then. Back to it all. So, what have we got here? Bird sweep, dismantle. If enemy is vulnerable, we got a bash as well. No initial incoming damage, so we might as well go full send on the opening damage. It starts with 62 hit points. 62 hit points down to 5 on the opening draw. Oh, now this is an elite. And we don't know the exact nature of those negative cards, but no matter what, I can take whatever those negatives are, and if it's too negative, I could just throw the fire potion straight away. So I'm happy to just see what comes of this. Because we can also see what that was. What was that? Unplayable. At the end of turn, if this is in your hand, take 3 damage. Why is it so wriggly? That is horrible. Ew. They really didn't need to add that in, and they went for it. Ew. That's horrible. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill that, thank you. Oh, wait. Ah! Okay, it's not done. It's not done. Good thing I have stompiness. Right. 2 strength would make that 15 to all enemies. That's not enough to kill. I don't have the energy to play Rupture and Strike and Stomp, but I can do a Strike and Stomp. I'm not going to burn the potion, but I am going to go you, and then all of you take massive hits. They're stunned this turn at least, these little wrigglers. But yeah, might turn out to be a good thing I didn't use the potion. So buff and a negative, 6 damage incoming. However, lose 1 hit point, deal 10 damage to all enemies. And this is why I invest in AoE cards. Whabam! Oh yeah. If I played Rupture, wouldn't Stomp have been free? No, Rupture is a power card. You had me thinking that. Yeah, it costs 1 less for each attack played. Yeah. Right, grab our coins. Ornamental Fan. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. This was made for me. And we have a few options available to us. Deal 6 damage, draw cards until you draw a non-attack card. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Either you end up with a lot of attacks in hand, or you guarantee getting some kind of non-attack following up your attack. I like that. Alternative option, deal 9 damage, increases card's damage by 5 this combat. It's nifty. It's a far better strike. Not a fan of having to wait for cards to scale up that much, but it is nifty. And then Flame Barrier, good old Flame Barrier is back. Gain a bunch of block. And whenever you're attacked this turn, deal 4 damage back, which is often nice. But card draw. I do like that. Let's go with that one. Considering I've got the extra energy economy behind me, that can work out nicely. Alright, let's go for the unknown for a moment. Let's see what we've got hiding over here. What is this? Sapphire Seed. You narrowly avoid stepping on a bright, sharp seed? Its unmistakable color gives away that it's a sapphire seed. Weren't these incredible seeds supposed to be extinct? Legends say that consuming one can greatly amplify your endurance. But what if you plan to nourish it instead? Oh. So I can heal 9 hit points, 2, and upgrade a card, or enchant a card with Sown. The first time you play this card, each combat, gain energy. Interesting. So it doesn't reduce the cost of the card, but it does refund some of the cost of the card. That is curious. That is very curious. Huh. We can put it on the City Energy Econ Power? No, Bite. No. You want to play this on a card that you want to use as much as possible. Because this... Actually, wait, no, it's only first time each combat, isn't it? Never mind. I was going to say as much as possible. No, yeah, once per combat, so... Yeah, I guess putting it on the power card, so the power card is effectively cheaper to play. So it doesn't feel so bad to utilize. Well, CSL, yeah, is a bit weird, isn't it? Hey, this seed might be extinct. Nom. Alternatively, though, I could upgrade a card, and let's have a look at the upgrade options. That applies more power, deals more damage, double the strength gain, little bit more block gain, nearly double per effect, teeny tiny bit more damage, not honestly all that great, a bit more damage, not that great, more block, not crazy good, only 3 points more damage per target, and then upgrading those is almost pointless. Yeah, most of these upgrades are a little on the weak side for now. Rupture, however, is double its effect, and it's a scaling power effect. So that, instead of the cost refund, is kind of enticing. However, the thing I think would be best for the Sown would actually be Pillage. Because if you're going to draw cards, making sure we've got the energy to use at least one of those cards. I do like that. But yeah, there is still the difficulty of playing Pyre. You're right, Ellie. Taking that from using up 2/3 of my resources on a turn, so only using 1/3, because it's playing before it's active. That is very impactful. So yeah, I am going to do the enchantment on Pyre. Looks a little bit ridiculous. We'll take it. You scour the overgrowth and find a pot with good aeration. Then you trek around searching for an untouched spot where light peeks through a cracked wall. Carefully you reinforce the pot with bark and vine to camouflage it. Fill it with loamy, nutrient-rich soil and nestle the seed just beneath the surface. Finally, you gather dew from nearby plants and pour it over the soil. Grow big, little seed. Unknowingly, the sapphire seed attaches to you spiritually, thankful of your hard work. Well, isn't that nice? I'm not sure why various words are coloured as we go through. I feel like there's something in this more than just the colours. But I could just be reading into it. I could just be reading into it. Hmm. Okay. Let us proceed. And let us proceed to the next combat. A simple combat against a very curious looking party. We have a Brute Raider, a Crossbow Raider, and an Assassin Raider. Okay. Definitely want to deal with these lots as best as one can. Whenever player attack, gain 3 block. I can then bash and break through, which could work out quite nicely. Uses up all 3 of our power. We get double trigger on rage. I'll gain 6 block plus the 4 for 10 block, which doesn't block everything, but certainly blocks a fair chunk. Yeah, let's go with that. So, minimize that out of the way again. There we are. Alright then, rage. Now with bash into that. Bash is 9. This will be 15. 9 and 15, 24. I could just take out the assassin. And that means then I'll also take 0 damage this turn. That works out quite nicely, actually. Let's do that. Goodbye. Goodbye. Now, I could have thrown a potion there as well, but not necessary to go quite so far. This is a basic combat after all. Crossbow Raider has given themselves a whopping 3 block. That was such a good use of their turn. There's no way I can get through 3 block. I can separately then just dismantle and strike on you. Brings you down by 16. And then just, yeah, that'll be turn. That works. Although, yeah, there's no better card combo here, because 16 on one, 15 on the other. Yeah, let's do that. Wabam! Wabam, wabam. 3 block. Ah, yes, he's buffed up his strength. Now that everyone else is dead, he's buffed up his strength. I could play a whole bunch of silly cards here, but I'm honestly just going to insult him by finishing him off with a basic strike. Get destroyed. Okay. Battle Trance. Didn't realize I was playing the Watcher. Battle Trance. Draw 3 cards. Cannot draw additional cards this turn. Ooh, okay. Interesting little trade-off there. Like, 3 card draw for 0 cost is nice. Although, technically it's just plus 2 cards because you cost the card of casting itself. Yeah. It's always been an Ironclad card? Why do I not recognize this then? That's unusual for me. Fair enough. Well, gain 7 block, exhaust a card at random. Not really going for an exhaust build. Deal 30 damage, apply a weak and vulnerable. I've not been a huge fan of Uppercut because of the 2 cost on it, and that's not changing today, although I do have Energy Eco in the deck. But yeah. Yeah, this is very different. Maybe it's that, yeah. Maybe. Now, I feel like leaning into the attacks, because we got so much of this building into attacks, leaning into the attack with this one, with the extra energy build I've got, this might actually work out nicely for me here, so let's do that. We got an opportunity to rest, or smith. I don't need to rest, so let's go ahead and smith. What is the upgrade on this one? Okay, doubles the weak and vulnerable. That is pretty nice. So it's between this, uppercut, or rupture. Honestly, when I play uppercut, I want uppercut to really matter. I'm going to upgrade that one for now. Rupture is on the docket, but not yet. Okay, so what is this thing? Is this a folly creation? Could well be. That is a very inky thing. A Phantom. Slippery. Next. 9 times. 9 times it loses hit points. It only loses 1. What? Okay. That is a lot of Mesmer skin to work through. Enemy intends to attack for 7 damage. The 7 damage I can absolutely tank. I've actually, very unfortunately, drawn only 1 attack card this turn, which is rough. Shivs would have been good here? Yeah, they would have been, wouldn't they? Yeah. Okay, well, I can easily tank this, so it's almost nothing really to do with that. I might want to use my strength potion, just so that once we've gotten through the slipperies, I can actually get some work done here. But yeah, let's just... sorry, let's just pop it. We're going to end up filling our potion slots anyway if I don't use it soon. But yeah, even with the strength, only 1 damage. Bastard. Full tank, whatever then. That's getting bigger. Now it's coming in for 2 attacks, a 6. Okay. Now we do have Pyre available, so I can spend that. I'll still be on 2 energy. And then... yeah, if I don't block, I'm going to take a chunk here, but... Uppercut will also bring it down a chunk and allow me to deal more later. I'm just going to have to take the hit unless I go for a block potion, which... you know what? I'm not against that. Ellie said, I do wonder if the OG characters are back. Do you want a spoiler on that, Ellie? Because I can let you know who is back, as I did look at the Steam page. Sure? Yeah, so... I've got to only do 1 damage? Oh yeah, good point, yeah. So... what we have is Ironclad, the Silent, and the Defect. I believe those 3 are all back. And 2 new characters, which means that Watcher is not yet back. Not yet. Alright, so, Pyre, cost 2, gain 1. And then, yeah, because Uppercut is going to be that relatively ineffective, but there's not really much point in using those either right now. But Vulnerable and Weak... honestly, it's hard to say what will be the right choice here. I'm going to be using the block potion regardless, so you know what, let's just pop that. Just deal with it. We do get through another one of its slipperies. Actually, block potion is only going to be blocking 5. You know what, sod it, no. I'll just take the hit. Take the hit. What the fuck is that? What? It's outside of the game. Bruh. That is deeply concerning. I'm glad I still have the block potion after all. Yeah. Right then. Whenever lose HP on turn, gain strength. About time we use that. There we go. This is going to hit them twice, so that'll cut through some of the bits. Let's go ahead and grab some more cards. There we go. We do find a defense card. That's nice. Bird Swoop might as well just waste itself on getting through that as well. Then I can block and block. Oh, I can still afford that. Yeah. We've nearly burned through all of the slippery mesmer skin crap. Full block that. Triple wounds. At least it goes into the discard pile, but ooh. That's going to start coming back right away. Okay. But now I can lose 2 HP, gain 16 block. I don't actually need the block, but it will give me more strength. That'll bring me down to 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's do that. I'm effectively spending 2 hit points on the strength for nothing else. That's going to deal no damage. That's going to deal no damage. But then this will deal 16. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, and the ornamental fan kicks in. That's cute. Yeah, so you've got your strength. You're building up your inky, stabby tail again. However, I have the rage. We don't have any vulnerable on target, which is unfortunate. so that doesn't double hit, but still making hits there. And you know what? I've ended up with spare energy. Oh well. Look. My tail grows. It's nicely telegraphing that that growth there. Very similar to forget the name of it, the hexagon thing. Big old fiery boy. Very reminiscent to that. Okay, so I can go into a bash for the vulnerable, then into pillage, see what I end up drawing. There's a very good chance I just end up getting a wound, and, well, oof. Hexa goes, that's it, yeah. Yeah, gotta swing with what I can swing with here, so let's make it vulnerable. Pillage it. Fucking wound. Block as much as I can, and give it another strike. It doesn't matter too much damage we take here, because this is a boss fight. That's a big hit. Okay. That is indeed a big hit. I've got, once again, too much energy here, so I can start investing into more expensive cards, it seems. But let's lose a hit point to gain strength. And damage it in the process. Then we uppercut it. Then we bird sweep it. And that's actually enough. Epoch discovered. Okay. Oh yeah, you didn't see it was above me. Yeah. It went off the game and around, right over my head. And like, okay. Little friend killed it. That it did. Bird pip. Do not underestimate the little pip. Get 100 gold as standard for this, and what have we got here? Primal Force, transform all attacks in your hand into Giant Rock. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's certainly one we can consider. Demon Form at start of turn, gain 2 strength. Nice, however, don't know if I do want to go that direction, but I could also. And then Thresh, deal 4 damage twice, exhaust a random attack in your hand, and add its damage to this card. Oh, oh, that is juicy. That's for whole combat? Yeah. Because you imagine that with Bludgeon. Exhaust Bludgeon. 32 damage, 3 cost card, vanishes, or 42 of upgrade. And then Thrash is now a 36 or 46 double hitting card for 1. And it cleans up your deck in the process. Ooh, how'd that work for multi-hit cards? Multi-hit cards, it's just a stated damage, is what I'd expect. That is your trade-off. But you play your AoE or multi-hit cards first, then you Thrash, and it consumes a single-hit card, like a Strike even? Ooh, I like that. I do like that. Like, this is cute. And to be honest, do not sleep on 16 damage for single strike. But this... Yes. Hell yeah. Alright, take care, Ellie. We'll catch you around some other time. Alright, Act 2, Hive. The boss at the end of this is the Insatiable. Oh. Okay. We will see where we can go on this then. So, looking at all of our options. Good old map as one would expect. And I would very much like to encounter elites because elites are fun. Not too many elites, but I'm seeing shop, rest, and elites. All good stuff on that side. In fact, there's even an early shop we can have a look at. So, yeah. Wait. Do we start here? We start here. Hello, what? What? Pale Melting Dragon. A puppet has arrived. Can you check on Father? I'm too tired. Pale Seers. If you end your turn with unspent energy, gain an additional 2 energy next turn. Chaos Claw. Enchant all defends with Goopy. Goopy, this card gains exhaust. When played, permanently increase this card's block by 1. Okay, that's Oh, this is a new boss relic system? You know what, I didn't even notice I didn't pick up a relic on the previous thing, you're right. Okay. It does mean the defense cards go away, but get stronger as we go on. That's a tough trade. It means I'd need to invest in more blocking cards to make up for the fact that these 4 will be vanishing. What are my other blocking cards? I've got Rage. I've got Blood Wall. Okay. But also thrashing more often. True. And then this one, at start of turn, draw 1 additional card, which is also very nice. So I feel like I'm getting to the point of too much energy for my current setup, so investing into more energy right now isn't great. But that said, this would apply at all times. If I can spare 1 energy on a turn, I get 2 the next turn. And if I'd known I was going to get this game, I probably would have picked up the demon form, because then I'd have had so much energy for it. Nah, let's go all in on energy. All in. We can consider Goop on another run. Alright, left we go. What have we got? Okay, well, we can immediately open the pyre. We got a tunneler here. It's going to hit me for 13. How absolutely dare. We can certainly try dealing with that a little bit here. So let's open up with the pyre. We'll regain energy off of that. I can then block a little bit of it on top of the plating, blocking 9 total. Lose a hit point or just deal 1 less damage. Honestly, deal 1 less damage. We got enough damage coming in right here. It's going to buff itself and block, which means I can just open up. And of course, now I get defense cards when I don't need them. C'est la vie. But it does mean I'm going to not spend all of my energy. So this will trigger. Which means I'll now have 7. I can still hurt it, right? I can still hurt it. Okay, so this I could use to get rid of one of my strikes and put it into Thrash. So that is nice. We can also Blood Wall to block. I didn't pick up the bit yet to Rupture, did I? No, Rupture's not come around yet. But yeah, definitely going to block against that 23. Hells yeah. We'll go into Bash. Into is it Thrash? Yeah, Thrash. Which, sure, it blocks, but we've got rid of a strike now. I managed to actually stun it. Did enough damage to stun it. That's cute. Okay. That's a mechanic I didn't see coming on this one. So now I end up taking just no damage whatsoever. There we go. Got again 7 energy to play with. It's a little bit ridiculous. Oh, Pillage I can see is guaranteed to give me Rupture. That's a little unfortunate. That is a little unfortunate. But in any case, let's Rage, let's Pillage, let's Rupture, let's Uppercut, let's Strike. Oh, it's dead. This go. You know when I said we were energy maxing this deck? This was not what I meant. I can have 9 energy on a turn. Give me an... So, streamer luck. Oh boy. Doesn't synergize too well with Pale's Tears, but I mean... Let's go ahead and use that. I have to see what's in the shop. Go on. Can I get a nice relic that'll synergize with the rest of this? Take the lantern. Shoppy, what have we got for me? So we got Thunderclap back. That's great. Let's go straight to the relics. Let's have a look down here. Upon pickup, enchant an attack with momentum 5. Increase this card's attack damage by 5 this combat when played. Do I put it on Thrash or do I put it on Whirlwind? Because Thrash is going to build itself up. So, like, if it's got 30 damage in there, now it's 35 or something, it's kind of growing itself. But Whirlwind is a multi-hit that starts at 5. I can make it 5, and then 10, and then 15. What's the upgrade on Whirlwind? 8. Yeah, and the upgrade on this is 4 goes to 6. I feel like it's got to be Whirlwind, because the sheer energy dump I can do into that. Because I can also play it when I'm on 0 energy, and just upgrade it for free. And if it comes to it, I can give all that into Thrash afterwards, but yeah. So yes, let's enchant this. Hell yeah. That I didn't even finish looking at the rest. Enemies drop a 10 total gold, don't care. 1 week on all enemies, don't care. That is huge. Alright, what is the rest of this? Attack potion, Fortifier, Gambler's Brew. Yeah, we recognize this. Fortifier, triple your block. Oh wow, okay, that's an unusual potion. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Now considering we got Whirlwind for a big ol' AoE hit, do I go for a Thunderclap to pick up on the AoE further, or do I go for that Shrug It Off, that card draw again? No, I do. I need my card draw to be able to really make use of what I'm doing. Also, what is this? Juggling, add a copy of the third attack you play each turn into your hand. I mean, for an attack spam build, you know, it's not terrible, yeah. Card draw discard might be the play. I mean, it's not really discard here, but sure. Shrug, juggling, sod it. Let's spend all of our money, get a double purchase there. The deck is starting to get a little bit unwieldy. I probably could have afforded to remove the card, but it's fine. I'm gonna have energy. Now, in terms of the routes, we'll figure out the routes after this next fight. Oh. A very curious and, dare I say, mildly terrifying background. I sure hope those aren't all eggs. We have a bowl bug rock and a bowl bug nectar. Okay. So yeah, it's got a very hollow abdomen, which thorax, I suppose, just carrying items. Imbalanced. If bowl bug's attacks are fully blocked, it becomes stunned. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, I do not appear to have enough block for that. So, kill it, I guess. And then this is just attacking in a normal fashion. Okay. I would have liked to have used a bash here, but that is a little expensive. We've not got the energy eco to get started. I'm not burning an energy potion right away. So let's invest with a rupture. Let's gain some block, because we're going to need to, you know, deal with this damage somehow. Let's start working my way through your hit points anyway. We take a fair chunk of damage here, but it's not the end of the world. Okay. Breakthrough, which in combination with Rupture will work quite nicely. Can shrug it off to draw a card. Stomp would not be affordable at that point. Which is a little unfortunate. Let's shrug it off first, just on the off chance I draw Pyre. I don't. I draw Whirlwind. Okay. Let's defend, which now this guy will get stunned by attacking me. breakthrough to hit everything and gain some strength, and then play this for 0 effect other than to upgrade this. Is Pyro power? Yes, it is. Yeah. So now I'm going to full block, which means I take 0 damage and stun that. You buffed your strength, that's cute, you're still going to perish eventually. Okay, now I've got the opportunity to play Pyre, get that energy eco. I could pillage out of that, rage and then pillage. I would like to take that out because that's a lot of incoming damage. 8 and 10 is not enough to kill it. Maybe I don't play the Pyre here. Yeah, let's open with the rage. Let's pillage and see what I... Straight into a block card. Straight into a block card. Okay, no, we play the Pyre, get the extra energy back, and then just swing for the 10 anyway. I'm going to take a big hit here, and there's not anything I can really do about that. I could burn the energy potion, strike, and block, and that would tank it. But that feels wasteful. I could also just throw the fire potion. Honestly, to save on a bunch of hit points. How much am I saving? I'll be saving 10 hit points. Treating this as a heal 10 potion, actually I think that is worthwhile. A heal 10 potion is quite a nice potion, so I'll just take that. And then I have enough to just one-shot him. Yay! We get that. Cure all, gain an energy, and draw 2 cards. Damn! Okay! Yeah, that is nice. That is nice, absolutely. And then... Hello, Elsie. Do I go for the Thunderclap? I've been talking about it, and it is nice and efficient, and it deals damage to everything, and I've got a strength build going on, and applying a vulnerable. I'm going to do it. Sod it. I can't help, I see card, I collect cards. And what are you? Spiny Toad. Opening with just buffing himself gives me time to do a setup. I do like the time to do setup. Free card. Cast it. I'm thinking... I don't really want to draw cards right now and send them through, do I? When I could go for Thunderclap into Pillage, into Whirlwind? Yeah, I'd have to do Pillage anyway, yeah. Because there's no point shrugging it off. Let's just spend energy to get a different card. I've got enough cards to cast. Yeah. Thunderclap to get the vulnerable. Pillage, see what we draw out of it. Yeah, might as well Whirlwind. Might as well. Thorns? Oh, I like that! Spiny Toad grows thorns for its thorns effect. It's the details that make the game there. That's a nice choice. That is a nice choice. Now, looking at this, Thrash could consume my Stomp here, because Stomp deal 13 damage to all enemies. There's only one enemy. So, yeah, this can get discounted, but it's not that great of a card in this circumstance. If I can Thrash consume it, this will gain 13 damage. And then it'll be just a 1 energy, 18 twice. And that seems nice. It could also just consume my Strike if I don't send that first. But yeah, I think Strike, Thrash, that is a lot of incoming damage. So I would have liked to have Ruptured. I would like to block. This is a normal enemy fight? Oof. Yeah, my defense cards are not great. I do need to focus on defense again. So yeah, let's Rupture, Strike, Thrash. I completely forgot about the thorns there. That was not smart. I'm... Decisions are made, none of them great. There's a very high chance of me drawing just another attack card if I use that. Remember, 2 attack cards. That's... Take the hit. Mistakes were made. Oh! Okay, the thorns wore off. I'm okay with that. Add a copy of the 3rd attack you play each turn into your hand. This could be my 3rd attack. We strike. We strike. We bird swoop to bird swoop. Yay! However, I am a little close to dying here, so... I won't likely draw a good card. I'd have to use both potions to fight. No. Could you infinitely feed Thrash? I suppose if I could generate cards for it to feed off of, yeah. And if I could generate itself? To eat itself? Maybe? So that could be weird. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to take the damage here. I'm going to save what I got for that. I'm probably going to have to skip that elite fight looking at this route. Do I want to take 13 damage? It'll only be 11, because I've got another 2 block coming in, but yeah. Spending 2 potions right now just to save a bit of damage, it doesn't seem like the right play. Where have you been? This whole time. Alright, spend 1 hit point, finish the fight? Yes. Good enough. Fish oil. Gain 1 strength and 1 dexterity. Oh, that's cute. A little bit of both. Yeah, we like those. Cheers. A little bit of both can certainly go the distance. Let's see. Gain energy. I'm doing well enough on the energy build approach, I think. Deal 9 damage, put a card from your discard on top of your draw pile. Gain block. It has to be the block. I need block. It's not great, but I need the block. At least it's upgraded. Free upgrade, we take that. But yeah, I need the block. Okay. Another Bulbug Rock. Bulbug Silk. Intends to apply a debuff. That's going to be weakness. Slumbering Beetle. Has plating. It reduces over time. Slumber awakens upon taking turns or losing HP 3 times. Okay. Okay. Looks like we're going to have a pretty substantial beetle pop up out of the ground here. Man, how small is Ironclad? If it's all just bugs at this point. Alright, let's open up with a Shrug It Off, see what card draw I get. A little bit more block. If I stack the block, that'll be 13 plus the 4. I can full block that and stun it. Honestly, not a bad shout. Let's go ahead and do that. As much as I could go for the Thunderclap and Breakthrough, I would rather stun this one. Now, let's... 10 damage or 5 invulnerable. I think 5 invulnerable is the way here. Because then we can follow this up with doing a lot of damage to Mr. Debuff over here. There we go, bring him down to 13 hit points. We've got 1 stunned. Yep, there's the weakness. That one's ticking down. We could work on this in the meantime. Okay, we got Pillage, Dismantle, Rage, Strike, various options here. I would like to get rid of that, so let's Rage. Let's Pillage and see what I draw. Okay. I was hoping for something a little bit more damage. It wakes in 2 turns, or if I start damaging it, it can wake up sooner, yeah. Is Defect in Slay the Spire 2? Yes. Yeah, I didn't want to have to spend all the energy, but it looks like I'm going to have to get rid of this one. Although, actually, I've only got 8 damage incoming. So you know what? I am going to invest. I'm not going to invest with the juggling. I'm going to invest to get more energy next turn. So let's just do one attack here. Just the one. Actually, I do full block. Never mind, yeah. So we full block, we gain extra energy, just leaves this guy alive, which I hopefully will draw an AoE. I do, so it's not a concern. So, this one's still on its way to waking up. I'm not sure how strong it's going to be, but it's probably going to be strong, given it's giving me this many spare turns. But instead, I could take this opportunity to work on the bowl bug there. And, yeah, that's the way to go. Or I can just stun it again. Start working on this. You know what? Stunning that, working on this, might be the way. Although, if I play that and that, this will still cost 2. I can't afford that. Shoot. This and that will bring us down to 1. So that'll be 4 energy, and then I have a block left over. Yeah, let's do that. So this thing's dead anyway. That's good. Let's weaken you, vulnerable you, hurt you. This might actually kill it. Yo! So it's the average gamer. Thank you very much for raiding on in here with your group of viewers. Hope you're doing well today. What have you been up to? Bring you over to this wonderful, wonderful stream today. And if you do need to raid and run, I absolutely understand. Well, appreciated on the raid all the same. Alright, yeah, this stomp is thankfully going to just slaughter both of those. Which means I don't even need the block, so save the energy for next turn. Which will double it and give it to the next turn. This wakes up, plating wears off, 16 damage and an upgrade. Honestly, that's very manageable. Ooh, okay. I don't want Thrash to consume Iron Wave. And I don't want it to consume Whirlwind. So maybe I just take the opportunity to buff myself and go all in on that. I should probably block more. I am losing a lot of hit points here. So yeah, let's drink that now. Do this, that, and then Whirlwind. I know we end up just not using the Thrash card after all, but really, I've played an attack. If I do strike and then this, strike is more damage here. And I've got rid of everything that requires the AoE. You know what, sod it. We don't actually need the AoE here. We need to focus this thing down. So let's strike it and thrash it. I know it consumes the Whirlwind, but that makes the thrash stronger. How much stronger? I think it only increased it by the base. Right, so it doesn't take strength into account when increasing the damage of the card. That might have been a mistake then. But now we know. Kikoki. Now I should get some extra energy here. That is good. Allows me to cast a couple of these powers, actually. We can open that up into whatever combo is going to work for us. I might need to spend some more to deal with this one. No defensive draws. Yeah, no defensive draws here. That is a little tough. I might not even cast the Rupture, to be honest. Let's see what I get off the draw off of this first. Lots of attacks. I might be able to just burn it down. Let's do that. Do that. Give me the extra energy. Let's apply the vulnerable. Do that first. Then we break through, because it'll cost me hit points, gaining me strength. I hadn't done the reps, so it doesn't gain me strength, never mind. But I can still deal more damage here. Excuse me. Let's Bird Swoop, and then Thrash it. Yeah, spending the potion was the way there. So yeah, I do need more defensives. Now, unfortunately, that is not the defense options I would like. No. Battle Trance can get me more cards in a pinch. But yeah, I wasn't looking to have exhaust, although it's exhaust one card, not a random card, just one card. That still forces me to remove a card each time. Not really built around exhausting. I'm going to go for the Battle Trance and just hope we pick up some more reliable, just general defensives. How's the early access so far? It's looking good, Gaz. It is absolutely looking good. However, my options here are pretty bad. Oh dear. Why did I come to the shop? Did I have an option? I didn't. Okay, well, fair enough then. Yeah, I'm not feeling confident about taking on an elite at this point. I don't want this run to get ended by some unfortunate card draw. I could really do more with that. Just to say, never understood the exhaust build. How does it work? If you have cards which generate negative status cards, like wounds, then you have free cards to just tear up for exhaust mechanics. There's also relics which can give you cards when you exhaust cards, or prevent cards being exhausted when they should exhaust. And so you can utilize those as well to effectively put more cards back after you would have exhausted. There. Big map, plenty of options. Yep. Yeah, we've got an elite coming up later. I'm not going to mess around on this elite right now. So, I'm going to play it safe. Just because I don't like my current defensive setup. I've got a few nice ones, like Blood Wall, but not enough of them. That said, very little of attacking coming this time, so I can invest by playing a power card, play the Shrug It Off, and you know what, no, for 7 damage, I will save the energy and pass it to next turn instead. We're up against 2 Mites, which are curious little bits. Alright, I've gained 2 Toxic. At the end of turn, if this is in your hand, take 5 damage, and if I play it, exhaust. Okay. So that would be great for, you know, the exhaust card stuff. Oh well. Thankfully, I have got spare energy, so I can exhaust these. Let's see. I do also have damage and blocking available to me. I have a juggling to add a copy of a third attack if I play it. I don't want to overstack on certain attacks, but like, I could use that to generate more Iron Waves. I'm not against that idea. Let's go for a Thunderclap. Let's go for a Strike. Let's go for a Iron Wave to generate an Iron Wave. And then let's get rid of these Toxics. Just have them gone. I'll use more Iron Wave later. I full block thanks to all the benefits I picked up. We do unfortunately grab more Toxics. I did also use up all of my energy there, so that is just the reality of it. Now, if I go Strike, Bird Swoop... Actually, wait, no, I can do Bash, Strike, Bird Swoop. And I'd get another Bird Swoop. Bird Swoop is at 15. If I hit Bash here for 9, you come down to 29. Bird Swoop will deal 15 plus the half. That's a shame. If I had just a little more strength, if this was 37, I could do Bash here, Strike here, Bird Swoop here, Bird Swoop here. But it'd survive on 1 health. That's unfortunate. I can see if I could just burn this down. Let's see, 9. This would go plus 50%, so that'll be a 10. And then 30 plus 2 lots of 7 for 14, 44, 54, 63. That, I think, is lethal. Okay, cool. We can get that off field then. Sweet. I couldn't sneak just enough damage onto one, so just put it all onto the other. 63 damage, 1 round. We'll take that. Do lose a bit of health as a result there, but still worth it. Still worth it, absolutely. Right, I don't have what I currently need to kill you here, so let's go ahead and just grab the extra 3 cards, see where I end up. This... Okay, well... I could Rupture, Pyre, Breakthrough, and then recharge up Whirlwind. Let's do that. I should do it the other way around, but whatever. Pyre, into Rupture, into a Breakthrough, cost me 1 hit point. Actually, I could just not spend the hit point. No, wait, I got the Rupture. That's fine. Yeah. And then charge Whirlwind. End turn. We get a couple negatives, but we should have plenty of opportunity for positives. And I can Thunderclap, Uppercut, Thrash. It should certainly be dead by then. Let's see, 6 invulnerable. This will apply 15 plus half, 7. So that's 22. This will be 2 lots of 9 for 18. Yeah, that's death. I mean, this itself is actually already death. Never mind. So yeah, cool. Shall we? Duplicator. A potion is this turn your next card is played an extra time. Yeah, I think that was a potion before, or there was an effect like it, but it's a nifty looking potion icon now. And deal damage equal to your block. No, I'd like to gain block equal to the damage I've dealt. None of these cards are great for me right now, no. I don't have enough block gain. All of these do not give me block, so I'm going to skip this lot. These are not worthy of a card pickup. Got out of that with net only -3 hit points. What is our loot in this weird goopy chest? It is an oddly smooth stone. That has returned. Wonderful. A little bit of extra dexterity. My blocking does increase. That is good. Right then, I'm going to take the opportunity to rest up because I am a little bit injured. Very good. From here, let's take a unknown. Okay, well, it just gave us a fight. That's a little unfortunate. That's going to apply weak to me. That intends to attack me. I don't think there's a way to stun it, so we could just try and make our way through it. I can go for a Pyre, into a Defend, into a Breakthrough. Deal plenty of opening damage. If I skip the Breakthrough or Defend, I do get more energy next turn, but this is already going to generate a bunch, so I don't need to worry about that. A, dare I say, pretty solid opening there. We only take 3 damage. Plus the extra 1 I did to myself. So we took 4 damage there. Plenty manageable. This is going to try and hit us for 8. I'm going to block 3 of it natively. And I don't have any block cards here. I could just go straight into the Whirlwind and deal 20, but that's not enough. So instead, I think a Rupture, Uppercut, Bash combo might be a better idea here. Although, well, I could do Rupture, Uppercut this, weaken it, and then just Whirlwind anyway. That's preferable. Let's do that. Rupture, Uppercut you, weakens it, so I'm blocking 3, taking 3. Works out. And then still end up applying a not insignificant amount of damage there. And I buffed the card. Yeah, that's borrowed. If block is not removed... So block is not removed. Stunned if all block is removed. Yeah. So I can open this up with a Thunderclap. Into Iron Wave, into Strike, all that good stuff. Thunderclap might... I'm not weakened. No, that won't kill it. But might as well do it anyway, yeah. And I have got Blood Wall available to me. If I do Blood Wall first, Rupture will trigger. Let's do that. Get the extra strength out of it. We got a whole chunk of block there. Go into the Thunderclap, because that was now enough to kill that, just about. Means I can now hard focus this one, gain extra block. I don't quite cut his block away, but I do full block his attack. And now we can wipe that out, which is beautiful. Before I do that, let's... We're going to stun it, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just draw 3 cards flat. See what I get. Okay, Pillage doesn't work now. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Free card to play, because I can. Might as well get the benefits of that for later on. Actually, it would apply now. So yeah, let's hit you. That's at least stopped. Third attack you play, yeah, we've not done 3 attacks yet, so Dismantle, and then Bird Swoop, which will trigger to give us a Bird Swoop. There we go. No point playing these others. Save the energy, or trigger Petal's Tears. I mean, just guaranteed victory. No mess around needed. Okay, block and vulnerable. I could get 30 block but exhaust, or a block and vulnerable. Honestly, I like the block and vulnerable. This is nice, but this is reliable. It's going to keep coming back. I'm going to take that. Okay. Let's pop to the rest site, but let's consider smithing. Let's just view all upgrades. We could make juggling an 8. Or we could make taunt double the vulnerable and give extra block. Honestly, I think that's nice. Like, this gives 4 cards, but getting that extra value there as I look at everything. Or doubling the rupture power. I think doubling the taunt. Oh, yeah, doubling in more the taunt. Again, get those defenses and lead into more offense as well. Okay, battle start. What we got? Curl Up gains 14 block on first being hit. Fair enough. Going to attack for 9 and debuff me. Fair enough. Louse Progenitor. I can rupture into a breakthrough into a block. Uses up all my energy. Only does a little bit of damage there. But it does burn up their Curl Up. And builds onto the next stuff. I do also full tank. So yeah, let's do that. Full tank, we got 2 Frail applied, and then he's not going to attack. What a waste of a plan. Given that is a situation, might as well draw additional cards, see what else we can get to play with. Very nice. I once again draw cards with my draw card that stops me drawing more cards. Whatever. Let's see then. I think Pyre, Whirlwind, Bird Swoop. Yeah, might as well. Buffs up Whirlwind, Bird Swoop is free. Actually, I got another thing I can cast as well, so... Pillage, Whirlwind, Bird Swoop. This is 1 point more damage. Okay, 5 strength. That's a chunk to have gained. Alright. I do not have a means to apply vulnerable to them. Okay. However, I have got the juggling here. Interesting. So yeah, let's rage into juggling. Into... I can gain a copy of Thrash, but then the first Thrash will have nothing to consume, and if I play it sooner, I won't have the attacks needed to juggle. Oh well. Hello, Esprit. What's going on today? I think it's Slay the Spire 2. I don't have to play this card. I could save for the energy next turn, although... But 12 more damage. Worth. Full tank, which is very nice, despite the frail. 14 incoming damage here. Yep. So the third card I play, third attack I play, I get another copy of. Looking at what's incoming, I'm actually not going to play 3 attacks. Ironclad is a bird friend? I hatched it. Literally hatched it along the way. Yeah, let's get the full block here. Gain some strength, lose 2 hit points for it. Absolutely worth. We'll open that into the... Let's see, we've got 3 energy. Yeah, Thunderclap to apply the vulnerable to make uppercut even more effective when we hit with a weak and vulnerable. Beautifully full tank. We do have more frail again, but we survive. Taunt is not necessary right now. In fact, I can just go strike, 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 stomp and save the energy. Strike, strike. Oh, it's already dead. Okay. More block and more card draw, I'm not against. Yeah, I've got enough energy build that having the extra block that gives card draw, I think is worth it. Oh, speaking of energy build. What are you? Entomancer. As in, speaks with bugs? I think that's what that means. Personal Hive. Whenever this enemy is hit by an attack, add 1 dazed into your draw pile. Ah, that's going to be problematic. Yes. Let's invest into defense and build up against this kind of thing. So I'm going to go into a pyre. Might as well apply the vulnerable for use next turn. And while we're at it, let's block again, draw a card, yeah, it's whatever. God, if I had thorns there. Okay, so let's think about this carefully. Each attack is going to give us dazed. So we don't want that to happen. I can rage and then I'll attack lots. This is the exact opposite of what I should be doing in this fight. Ooh. Let's draw the extra cards, see what I find. That's going to apply as well, okay. 5 energy. How much do I have on my cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could skip out on the strike and, to be honest, the thunderclap. And that allows me to play the rest. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's go in on you. And let's play for the block now. Yeah. And then we'll go dismantle, uppercut. And do I make the other attack here for the extra days? I'm going to risk it. I want the extra damage in. Although, I could hold off until better damaging cards? I don't know. No, let's... I'm going to full block. Let's save the energy. And save on risking an extra dazed. As we say, is there anything of interest to the sequel so far that makes it stand out from an additional cards mod? Yes. So... not only are there new cards, there are new characters, there are new potions, there are new relics, and there are new mechanics. For example, if we have a look at the card here, Whirlwind, you'll notice this one has some pink text on it. So, Whirlwind by default is deal 5 damage to all enemies X times. We've enchanted it, so that it increases this card's damage by 5 this combat whenever I play it. Likewise, on Pyre here, which is a new card, it started with just spend 2, upgraded, gain 2 at the start of each turn. Because it's enchanted with Sown, the first time I play it, which given it's a power card, it's the only time I play it, I also immediately gain an energy. So spend 2, refund 1. So not only can you upgrade cards, you can enchant a card, upgraded or otherwise. And that's a brand new mechanic that's been added into it. There's new animations, new artwork, new events, new. Oh, apparently Zom says the devs are looking to make it where modding this game is easier. That's nice. Like from a dev side of things. Alright, looking at my options here. I do have access to my Whirlwind. I do have access to my Thrash. These two do not combo very well. If I could have put Sown onto this. Oh well. Also, yes, good point. Ruffle. Good point there. Multiplayer is a thing in this game as well. Haven't had a look at that yet. This is first run through. I think if I spend my Strike and Whirlwind... if I spend the Strike, Thrash could take Bird Swoop, but it could take Whirlwind. If I just use Whirlwind right now, 6x7, that'll deal 42 damage. That's not enough to kill. Even with the 50% extra, because it would be more than that. It's still not enough to kill. This is tough. If I could get an energy back after Whirlwinding. If I Bird Swoop first, there is a 50-50 chance this eats my Whirlwind. I don't like those odds. Not with this much energy. So no, let's just do as much as I can here. Strike. Whirlwind. So many dazed cards. I know it's a massive, massive risk. But I just need one good attack next turn and I can kill him. One good attack. Whew. Okay. Warpaint. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. Sure, why not? What have I got? 2 block cards upgraded. That is very, very helpful. Wonderful. And options, an unupgraded Iron Wave, a True Grit, or a Twin Strike. But it's exhaust 1 card at random, because it's not upgraded. I don't want any of these. Skip. Those are just deck bloat at this point. Let's instead smith. Did I ever upgrade the Rupture? I did not. Now is the time to upgrade it. There we are. I don't know. I'm a fan of the card dancing around as we smith it. I don't know. It just feels a little weird. Battle start! What is this arena? It's filling up with sand. I hope that's not a mechanic we have to deal with. The Insatiable. It's going to buff itself and give me 6 status cards? 6? Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and Pyre. This will give us an energy back. We're going to go ahead and Rage. We're going to go for a Pillage, which will draw us no attacks. Okay. I could apply the 2 Vulnerable, which I think is probably more effective than just striking. I'm going to have enough energy next turn to do whatever I need to do, so I don't need to worry about Pale's Tears. So yeah, let's go ahead and make it vulnerable for next turn. Bad, Esprit. Bad. What the f*** is that? Sorry, what? Frantic Escape. Get farther away. Increase Sandpit by 1. Increase the cost of this card by 1. Sandpit in 4 turns, you'll be eaten and die. Oh, shoot! Okay. So I have to spend energy on the cards, if I draw the cards, when I draw the cards, to try and continue to escape this thing, because otherwise I am going to be drawn in by the sinking sands into the maw of this beast. Concern. Yes, very much concern. Okay. In which case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Rupture. I'm going to I'm going to consume the Stomp with Thrash here. We're going to Strike and Bird Swoop, and then Thrash, eating the Stomp. Yes, I lose out on the Stomp this time, but now this is 17 damage twice. End turn. Nah, I'm physically moving closer to it. That is... Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. So we do have a Frantic Escape, so we can pull away. We've got 7 energy to work with here. So I'm not actually that concerned about perishing that way, but the damage incoming is going to be plenty. So let's shrug it off a bit. There we go. Let's uppercut him to bring him down a peg here. Actually, let's do that first. No, let's Thunderclap first. Up. He's now vulnerable. Might as well break through now. Then into the uppercut. Down to 21 attack on that, which we're going to block 18 already as it is. He is vulnerable and weak. We're now going to see what additional cards I can get hold of with my energy here. And you know what? That actually works out quite nicely. Because I can get away, and I can get away again. Taking a little bit of damage to move twice away works out. Okay, we can dismantle for 22 damage, and then I've got a Whirlwind available for 32. And you know what? I can duplicate it, and I can Cure All to further improve upon it. Let's see, what else is in the drawer there? I don't want to draw any of these right now. So yeah, let's dismantle for a double 16 hit. That's into 32. And then this will be 32 twice. Now, if I play an extra time, is this going to double trigger momentum? Because it doesn't say play a copy. It says your next card is played an extra time. So if I double play this, I might get the double momentum as well. That would be nice. Let's see if that works out that way for us then. So let's dismantle. Bam, bam. And then duplicator. Pop that on. Swing, 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 swing. Replay it. It's at 15. It double triggered. Yes. Okay. Within the next few turns, I should get that back if it's even still alive at that point. Okay, it's building strength. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We can handle this. I can go into juggling, bash, strike, iron wave, which will double play because... No, I can get another copy because of that. That would, however, cost all of my energy at this point. Would it be there? So yeah, let's do that. Do juggling into bash, strike, iron wave. Put another copy into the deck. We're not going to full tank the damage there, but plenty fine. Frantic Escape has come around, and you know what? That would be necessary, because I've drawn very little in the form of attacking here. But let's back up a little bit, shall we? Thank you. Let's block hard, and then smack him. 16! Oh, one extra strike would have killed him. Because I am going to nearly full block here, I'm actually going to save the energy for next turn. Just on the off chance I get some bad draws. Get some bad draws, he worries. Get some bad draws, he worries. 38 damage for 1 energy, and I have 7 energy. Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Sweet! We get some gold. We get a Swift Potion. Card draw. Very welcome. I now have 5 card draw on demand if needs be. And we can add a card. Lose 6 hit points, gain 2 energy, draw 3 cards, exhaust. Good old offering. Aggression. At the start of your turn, put a random attack from your discard pile into your hand and upgrade it. Oh. And then there's Barricade. Block's not removed at the start of your turn. So that could work nicely with Thrash consuming it. Consuming card after card as it keeps coming back, potentially. Ooh. Ooh. I do like that. Offering is nice, but this... Yes. Done. Okay. Not sure what that beastie is. Queen is up at the end there. Oh, great. We're fighting Queen. Of all the viewers to threaten me, Queen. Anyway. Let's see, first of all, what we pick up from this, Scroll of Horns? Hello there, Vaku, the Thirst Demon. Okay. Give yourself to me, and you will be feared as much as I. Oh, okay. Whispering Earring. Gain energy at the start of turn. Vaku plays your first turn for you? What? What? Is Vaku good at the game? Distinguished Cape, lose 9 max HP, add 3 apparitions to your deck. Okay, those are cute. Not sure I want to go that route, but that's a far lower cost than the apparitions in the first game. Or Jeweled Mask. At the start of combat, put a random power from your draw pile into your hand. It's free to play. Yes, I have a few powers in here. There, I'll be honest, I keep looking for the circles, but no, they're not circles anymore. This power, this power, this power, this power. And any one of those free to play innately, that is pretty nice. So, sure, I could have even more energy, but instant power? Sorry, mate. You're going to have to play your own game. I'm playing mine. Jeweled Mask. I am curious as to how good he is at the game, though. Right. I don't have a lot of gold at this point, so I'd rather take a later shop so I can afford more powerful stuff. And I do see there is a shop there which leads into a potential 2 elites with appropriate rests in between. So let's go for that route. Already been here. Yep, there we are. There's our freebie. It's Rupture. We're up against a Devoted Sculptor. 162 hit points. They're immediately going to buff themselves. So let's get to work on my side of things here. Let's Rupture straight away for free. I guess this is also free, so let's just Rage. Why not? Free cards are free cards after all. I can Breakthrough, Strike, and Stomp using up all my energy. Honestly, doesn't seem that smart an approach, although this would trigger that, and we don't really need the extra card this turn because I'm going to be burning all my energy anyway. Yeah, sod it. Let's Breakthrough, Strike, Stomp. Big ol' hits there. I lose a singular hit point to gain the strength. Whole bunch of block I just don't need. Oh, need? 9 ritual? Oh no. No, that is... Oh boy, that is a lot of ritual right there. Okay. I don't think juggling is the way on this one. I think aggression is not the way either right now. I need to weaken him and block. Yeah. Those powers can go away right now. Full block that. Keep him a little bit weaker for this next bit, because that strength is going to build so goddamn quick. Oh god. Let's pile, because I'm going to need the energy to deal with this guy. Let's go ahead and... Do I want to block? Yeah, I can block. Thunderclap, swoop. Yeah. Thunderclap better, more vulnerable longer, or more damage now? How many turns do I expect to live against this guy? Let's give myself the safety net, just to be certain. Surely 3 hit points isn't going to make the difference. 30 incoming damage? Okay. Just a little bit then. Let's go ahead and dismantle this guy. That's brought him down a peg. Smack him with that, and oh, would you look at that? It's a whirlwind. Woo-chung! He's dead. Whew. Yeah, that is definitely a DPS test, because otherwise you are not going to block that for very long. My god. Unrelenting. Deal 18 damage. The next attack you play costs 0, but this costs 2. Not a huge sell on that, because I don't actually have a lot of expensive attack cards, which is potentially a problem, actually. Deal 9 damage increase. Yeah. Deal 9 damage, but from discard and top of draw. Yeah. No, I don't actually feel too great. Actually, wait. This could be fodder for Thrash. So not only can I have a powerful attack card on demand, which also cheapens a different attack if it really comes to it, but I can also let it be eaten by Thrash to give it 18. Yeah, sure, why not? Stupid move, let's do it. Okay. Okay, holographic mouths on these scrolls. Scroll of biting. Bite Bitson, you've been represented. They're differently coloured in various ways. They're just, you know, all colours of bite. Yeah, I know that thinner decks are usually better, but cards go burr. I can't help it. I just can't. Juggling is free, so let's go ahead and play you. Why not? It's going to give me even more cards. And... oh, I can get a free bird sweep out of this. Yes, why not? Although, a free stomp wouldn't be a bad shout. Instead, yeah, let's go for that. So, let's deal 7 damage to you, and draw, and yeah, okay, fair enough. Let's deal... here, yeah, you're dead. So let's move on to the next target, you. Deals damage to you, and yep, you're dead. And then we deal damage to everyone, and then damage to everyone. And then that. I think as far as turn 1 goes, that was pretty effective. That was indeed pretty effective. Skill potion, we can make use of that later. What have we got here? Okay, so the whole game block exhausting cards might be useful based on what we had. Deal 21 damage to all enemies at start of your turn, plays from the exhaust... at the start of your turn, plays from the exhaust pile. Plays? As in chooses a card to play from the exhaust pile? I don't actually understand what that mechanic means here. Does it mean plays a random card from my exhaust pile? As I say, I think it means if you exhaust it, just plays itself. Oh, yes! I see now, yes! So if I exhaust it with Thrash, it'll then bring itself back to just smash everything, and Thrash just keeps its benefit. Is that what it says? Oh my god. I shouldn't be picking up more attacks. I don't need more attacks. But... on the other hand, True Grit, which block and exhaust. I need to find out how the mechanic works. It is for science. I'm not being silly, it's for science. Let's minimize the attacks that we deal with for a moment. Self-help book. On the floor lies a tome, Top 3 Ways to Conquer the Spire. The book is encrusted with blood, so you find this manuscript highly suspicious. Will you read it? Either which way, it's a positive. Sharp increases damage on this card by 2. Increases block gain from this card by 2. Or Swift. The first time you play this card, draw 2 cards. I mean, a little bit of damage is a little bit of damage. A little bit of block is a little bit of block. Play a card, draw 2 cards. I'll choose a power to enchant, but still. Wait, can I stack the enchantments on Pyre? Can Pyre become gain an energy back and it draws 2 cards when I play it? Again, I've got to find out. Can I? Oh, I can't stack them. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. That is understandable. Instead, then, let's play it on Rupture, honestly. Rupture is now enchanted to be a double cantrip. Nice. What else can we find? Hungry for mushrooms. How long has it been since you ate? Wait, what's that fantastic smell? Following the scent, you reach a cozy campground with all manner of tasty mushrooms being cooked. You don't consider the safety of eating these mushrooms because you're so hungry. So hungry that you don't notice the dead adventurer. Big Mushroom, draw 2 fewer cards at the start of each combat, raise max HP by 20. Or Fragrant Mushroom, lose 15 hit points, not max HP, 15 hit points, upgrade 3 random cards. Honestly, card draw is such a big deal that is just horrifying. It has to be the Fragrant one. It has to be. Not bad, not bad. Not bad to have those upgrades there. Innate Juggling, sure, why not? You sample the Fragrant one, a small woody mushroom with a delicate scent of shellfish. A burst of energy spurs you to run, jump, and rigorously train. Then a sudden stabbing pain hits you as the living fungi struggles within you during its brief, final moments. Ew. I guess we didn't cook it properly. It's still alive. Let us proceed. Okay, I have taken some hits there, but honestly, not rest-worthy. I could go for another unknown room. We've just had 2 unknown rooms. Let's go for a combat. I regret choosing a combat. Slimed Berserker intends to give me 10 status cards. But free Pyre. So this is +1 energy and +2 each turn thereafter. Yay. Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and free Pyre. Thank you. Let's go ahead and juggle. Let's bash to apply the vulnerable, and then go into the whirlwind, which will also upgrade the whirlwind. Can Thrash exhaust non-attack cards? No. It very expressly says exhaust a random attack in your hand. If I don't have an attack, it doesn't exhaust anything, and doesn't gain any benefits thereof. Yeah, so much slime. I'm glad it's in my discard, but okay. Yeah, I put juggling on. Yeah. So third attack I play, I get a copy of in my hand. We got Unrelenting here. Deal 90 damage. Next attack you play costs 0, which would be dismantling. Or I could get Iron Wave to be free. Yeah, I've got 3 attacks, so which one do I want to duplicate here? Considering there's 16 incoming damage, I think I'd like to duplicate Iron Wave. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, and we get 2 card draw out of that. That's a freebie. Extra block. now I've got extra block, I'm actually disinclined to go for Iron Wave as my third attack. Because instead I can get Dismantle to do even more damage. Because it attacks twice, rather than the once of that. So yeah, let's go Big Slammerinos. I have been saying about how much I need extra blocks. Okay, I'll focus on the block. Dismantle. Iron Wave. Into Iron Wave. Super loads of block there. Far more than I needed. But we got plenty of damage in is the important bit. I can taunt, apply vulnerable. It's going to debuff me and buff itself. That's okay. So yeah, let's think about this. Let's shrug first, see what card I get. Not a great one. Let's battle trance, get some more cards. Okay. We have got an aggression and a thrash, and this is a perfect time to thrash because I've only got strikes in hand. Let's go ahead and buff that. Let's taunt it so we deal more damage. Let's thrash. And a strike is gone. Tell you what, because I'm concerned as to where I'm going to end up in terms of cards and energy and whatnot next, I'm not going to make this final attack, skip out on 10 damage to put the energy into next turn. Let's see what we got. Oh, I'm weakened. Well, that's unfortunate. Thrash is back. Slightly less unfortunate. I'm going to hope I can get Thrash to eat Breakthrough, to be honest. But yeah, let's start burning cards and defending my face. Because my face needs defending. Blood Wall. Into a Pillage, because it'll draw cards. So Shrug It Off, which can block and draw more cards. I've got enough energy for the moment to keep doing stuff, so let's keep doing stuff. A Strike is a thing I could happily lose. Let's Bird Swoop. Get it out of there. Oh wait, I could have saved that because I could have... Never mind. It's fine. I don't really mind which of these gets eaten by Thrash here. So I'm going to play Thrash now. Which will give us a new Thrash. I'm going to Stomp. So that I can then make Thrash definitely hit the Breakthrough. As much as it'll give me strength, No, actually I can just play both. Get the strength. Or... no. You know, looking at how much damage I took, would that have killed it? No, it wouldn't have. It's fine. Full tank, next turn, see what we get. Dismantle has come back. Right, Howl from the Abyss. Let's just play you and see what... Oh, it's just gonna... Well, let's play it. Oh yeah, it doesn't exhaust itself. I needed a way too exhausted for that to matter. Never mind, we learned nothing. My bad. Let's just thunderclap and finish. We learned nothing. Ooh, okay. I have stocked up fully on potions. I'm not going to switch to anything there. No. And I don't want any of these. These are basics ones. We've got enough of that lot. Let's move along. Check out the shop. What have you got for me, oh great merchant? Discount. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, draw a card. First time would lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. There's card draw options. Actual cards. Deal damage equal to number of cards played this combat. Not my kind of build. No. At the end of your turn, one random attack in your hand is played against a random enemy. That can be both useful and problematic. And again, doesn't really tie into what I'm doing. Dex. Hero buffs. I think, honestly, card removal and a relic is the way here. Oh yeah, that with a Shiv build. Oh, yes. If I grab that, everything 50% off, it cost me 205. I'll be down to 100 127. But this will be half price, right? This will be half price. 127, I'd effectively have 254, which is not enough to buy those two. So, as I also don't expect to hit another shop, the discount is actually not worth it. I'm going to go Pendulum and Card Removal. Card Removal, honestly, I don't need all of these basic strikes. Anything else I'd rather remove instead? Nothing's been too terrible so far. Thrash has been a bit of an oddity, but eventually it'll do something good. I feel like this is probably a card better in a smaller deck. Let's be real. But yeah, let's take out a basic strike. We don't need a basic strike there. And then I think I prefer this one for being more reliable. This can give a burst of cards at the wrong time. Let's go for more reliable card draw. Okay. Ooh, fancy, fancy chest. Got a little glow to it. What's inside? It's a bunch of cash and a regal pillow. We rest for more. Well, that is nice. We don't need to rest just yet. Let's go straight into a fight and then a elite fight. What even is that? Is that a... No, I can't actually process what I'm looking at, to be quite honest with you. It looks like a pig snout, some very nasty fangs, 4 arms, whilst operating a very Dr. Robotnik contraption. It's a fabricator that intends to summon. Okay. So, a quad-armed rat pig mechanic is going to be summoning things. Let's deal with this the best I can then. We can Rupture for free, which also gives us 2 card draw, which means we can go straight into a Pyre, which only costs 1 energy due to the way it works, massively enhancing our energy economy. Sod it. Let's just keep on investing. Let's give it some vulnerable for later on. We can block some stuff in the process, and let's just play another power card. I've played, I think, 3 power cards. Yeah. And we could do the Whirlwind for free to upgrade it for later turns. I take 5 damage, but I have invested everything into what even is this. Zapbot. Intends to attack. At the start of its turn, it gains 2 strength. At the start of its turn, okay. And it's a minion, so it'll abandon if this guy perishes. Well, let's murder this guy then, right? I've got 5 energy to play with. Pillage will give me a lot of card draw, so let's go ahead and see what I can get out of that. Got a few things, including another card draw card, which I'm not against using, to be quite honest. Let's just see what I can find. 3 defensive cards. Okay. Let's think this through now. So, I can go for a big old Thunderclap. I've got plenty of damage coming in from that guy. If I had more AoE hits here, I'd feel happier, but I don't. Yeah. Let's open with the Thunderclap. Now, that can't kill you. That can't kill you. That can kill that, but it feels wasteful for what I could be doing to this guy instead. But taking it off would mean I have a lot less to block. So, you know what, let's just get rid of it. It's an expensive way of doing it. Oh, I got another upcut for that. I forgot about that effect. Good thing I didn't play a strike. And then, let's see, if I attack again, I'll gain 3 block. On top of the 3 block, I will be at full block. So, might as well get full value on that as well. He summons a Stabbot. He intends to debuff me whilst also dealing 11 damage, and he's going to summon yet another thing. Looking at this, I do have a Strike Plus that Thrash could consume here. Let's strike twice into a Thrash. That's 14. That would be 10. That's not enough to kill that. Or I could go 7 and 10, 17 plus the 10, kill that, and then Thrash gets a smaller buff. That might be worthwhile, actually. Kill that thing, and then shrug it off, see what I find. Get rid of that. It eats that. I got another Thrash back. And I can use that to consume this to buff it. Sorry, why not? Why not? Okay, did he just summon 2 things at once? That's getting concerning. So now we've got 2 statuses incoming and debuff and 11 damage. I could deal 22 to everyone, which is unfortunately not quite enough. I can also lose hit points twice over here to give me 4 strength, and then this will be enough. And this will damage everything anyway, so it'll be more than enough. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and breakthrough into let's think about this. Actually, if I play Dismantle and then Unrelenting, both on this guy, that's 32 damage. And it'll trigger my duplicate of this, which will give me another 21 damage. So we'll be at 53 damage. And it'll be free to cast. And that'll make the next one free to cast. 53, 60, 70. Yeah, that's lethal. Oh, let's do that. Smack him. Smack him. We get a copy, which allows us to smack him. Which allows us to play this to damage everything. It is a complete room wipe in that turn. Yeah, that worked out nicely. What cards do we have available? I'm going to pass on every single one of these. Let's go. Elite time. I've got my potions available to me. They are dancing away, letting me know about that. A Flail Knight for 15 damage at the moment. A Spectral Knight to debuff me. And then a Magi Knight for 6 and block. I feel like the Spectral Knight is going to be the most problematic to deal with. So, let's go cast our free Juggling that came in innately but got buffed to be free. Let's go ahead and hit up the Pyre because energy investment is great. Now with Juggling's effect, my 3rd attack will be duplicated into my hand. Bird Swoop can be my 3rd attack here, so let's go whole hog on this guy here. Big ol' hits all round. Still gonna take 7 plus 6, 13 damage here. I don't particularly want to do that, so let's skill potion our way through this and see if I should have played that potion at the start of my turn. Shoot. Take the Bloodletting. Lose some hit points. Have I got Rupture on at the moment? I haven't got Rupture on at the moment. I can't play Rupture even if I draw it, so yeah, let's just pop that. Do I want to draw through this? I don't really want to be spending all my potions right now, so let's just take a little bit extra block and call it. Hex. While Spectral Knight is alive, all your cards are ethereal? I knew that one needed murdering fast. Oh my god. Okay, that needs dealing with as a matter of priority. Good thing I've got enough energy that I can just cast a whole bunch, but my god. Yeah, so you are getting vulnerable, straight up. And then Stomp is just worse than Whirlwind in this case, because I just can't get the cost down enough, I think. Let's see, if I just do that, that's going to be 36 damage to everyone. This guy will take more than 36. He'll take an extra 18 on top. That'll be lethal to him. These two will still be up, but it's only 15 damage incoming from that guy. I will block all of it, I think. And this guy is trying to debuff me, but you know what? Honestly, yeah, just straight up whirlwinding my way through this, that works. I think. Honestly, not bad. And that prevents these two being ethereal. Full block, just the debuff to worry about. What debuff have you given me? Dampen. While Mega Knight is alive, all your cards are downgraded. Can you not? What do you mean downgraded? So he's just turned off all of the upgrades. You bastard! These are nasty effects. Okay. Okay, let's get the let's get Rupture Blade and get the card draw out of it. At least that still works. Enchantments aren't taken away. Not sure I want to play these right now. I do need defenses though. Shoot. Okay. Let's... Yeah, that's not going to be great here. Let's honestly block and draw. Okay. I can utilize that with the Rupture effect. Have I got a Rupture effect? Yeah. Whenever I lose HP, gain strength. Yeah. So, let's gain that Rupture effect now. And then turn that into applying this. And... do I want to defend? I certainly do. Ah, this is a rough fight. Okay. No chance of drawing any freebies here, so... Does my upgrade from aggression defeat dampen? I don't think it will. Let's play the battle trance, see what I find. Yep, okay. Let's spend the energy. If I had an attack, I could have got the block from that instead, but no. Let's spend the energy, get the extra block, hope for the best. No more potion spend. I'm still going to take 11 damage here, which is a lot. Okay, only 15 coming in now. He's just blocking. He is still ruining my cards. But yeah, we can try and work with this. Got that Howl from Beyond to deal a whole load of damage. Don't know that I want to afford that, to be honest. Let's Blood Wall, gain the strength, gain the full block. Bash through that guy because he's currently hurting me. I think strike and then thrash. Striking so that thrash is more likely to take Howl from Beyond. Yes! It did! I now have 2 thrash cards in this, which are dealing 26 damage each. That's not going to happen this turn, or in the next few turns, probably, but I have them. Oh, and that did play from Exhaust, which just auto-played it, and, yeah. And then I drew, and it shuffled itself back into here. That is so cool. Okay, so this is great for an Exhaust build, then. Damn. And it counts as having played an attack for Stomp. Sweet. Okay. Let's Rage. Let's shrug it off. Let's Taunt. Dismantle. He's dead. Yeah, so it's an infinite exhaust fodder, turn by turn. If you've got a thin enough deck, you can play something that exhausts it, like Thrash, and then next turn it will come back, and you've got Thrash ready to play it to send it again, and you get the damage out of it from it coming back. Ooh. It's niche, but you can see the power. Also, starting things with Vulnerable on everyone. That's nice. I do not need more Juggles. I'm good. Play the top card of your draw pile and exhaust it. If only I knew the order my things were coming in. And Battle Trance has been both a blessing and a curse. I'm not going to go for more of it. No, I'm going to skip all this. Exhausting powerful cards with Havoc is not ideal for me right now. I would like to fight that elite. I'm going to need to rest on the way to fighting him. But going in for the elite, full health. Elites are always value if you can handle them. And what even is that? Soul Nexus. Intends to attack for 29 damage. We definitely need to deal with that one way or another. Add a copy of the third played attack into your hand. 3 power, so yep, let's go ahead. It's unfortunate it hit the innate one, but there we are. From the famous novel Don't Make the Soul Nexus. I think you're remembering the Torment Nexus, but yes, close enough. Certainly close enough. Right, okay, I've got juggling. Can I play 3 attacks? I can't afford 3 attacks here, no. That's unfortunate. Okay, I can heavy block with Blood Wall and still dismantle, and I think that is the play here. Oh wait, I can play 3 attacks. I can Thunderclap, Dismantle, and Stomp, because it gets cheaper. And that would allow me to do another Stomp again. It does mean I don't have any block, which is probably a bad idea. But it is a fuck ton of damage. So, fuck ton of damage it is. Ba-bam, 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 bam, bam! Yeah! That opened up with what? 76 damage? Not a bad trade for taking 21. Not a bad trade. I can... Oh. Iron Wave, Bird Swoop, Thrash, Thrash. It is looking to do 18 damage, but Iron Wave, Bird Swoop, Thrash, Thrash would give me 8 block plus the 3 there. That's 11 blocks. Only taking 7 damage if it survives. That'll be 8, 23. I haven't even actually considered. So it's 12, 22, 34, 40, 48. Yeah, 48. And then play it again. It won't be that much more. It's a fair chunk of damage to say that I only take 7. And actually, Ornamental Fan will come in. I only take 3. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's a smart enough play. It feels right, is right. Oh! That was actually more damage than I thought. I guess I just didn't count for how much the actual one would... the final one would do, yeah. 3 damage taken for however much I just dealt there. That, honestly, that worked. That worked well. Now I'm weakened, which is a little unfortunate. 36 incoming. Is this a hard defend and invest turn? I think it is. Higher, and then a pair of defends, because we don't really need aggression. 14 block to 36 incoming damage. Maybe I should have... there's no way I can get to 74 damage. Yeah, we just have to deal with that. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. 43 incoming damage! No! Okay. I can taunt Unrelenting for 14, and then this for 16. That's 30 damage. That's not even close to killing it. It does give me 9 block, 18 block. That's not enough. I'm gonna pop a Cure All here, draw some cards, get an extra energy. Not really what I was looking for. If I'm quite honest. Let's see, I've got 7 cards. I could draw 3 more cards. What am I going to find, though? There's a chance of drawing Shrug It Off. There's a chance of drawing Whirlwind. If I draw a Whirlwind, I would have only 5 plus the Strength, which is only 6. Weakened. So it's back down to like 5 for 30. That's not enough. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. And Rupture hasn't been played, so Breakthrough's not even that good to us either here. I could go for Pillage and hope that I draw something out of it, but... I get shields for his HP. But Pillage doesn't usually get shields from HP. It's from armor, and he's not got any block on at the moment, Esprit. How could I possibly gain... shields from that? I don't see any augment floating around. But yeah, Pillage is actually going to be an answer here because it could draw me a defense. Well, it has to draw me a non-attack card eventually. So let's go for the Taunt, just so he takes more damage from the Pillage. Okay, I did get a block card out of it. I could do 9 and 6, it's 15, plus the 9, plus the 1, so it's 10, 25? Still not great. Can I just kill this guy? Well, I can't afford another cast of that. 7... 11... That's 18, he's still not dead. Nope, I need to defend. I cannot be taking this much damage. Unless, is there a stronger attack card I can draw? I could draw Uppercut. Uppercut will be 13, minus the weak, plus the vulnerable. That's not enough. Oh, this is gonna suck. Tank as much as I can. Because I have to take damage, just try and take less. Oh, I'm so down on hit points. So glad I rested. And now, finally, Rupture turns up when I can just whirlwind my way out of this now. The downside of having a large 31 card deck, yeah. Okay. Fee, deal 10 damage. If fatal, raise your max HP by 3. We're not going to have enough opportunities for that to really kick in, so that's kind of wasteful. It is a 10 damage attack, but that's all it really is there. 8 block and plus another 8 of exhausted. I've not gone hard enough on exhaust. Iron Wave, unupgraded, not great. These are all not that great, I'll be honest. No, I'm going to skip on this. Feed is the most interesting, but it feels like just bloat. I'm going to skip. Please be a nice event. That's not nice. That's a combat. What is this thing? Globe Head. Powers are affected with Galvanize. Galvanize takes 6 damage when this card is played. Oh, great. Great. Here's me with a few powers I like to have and opening my hand with multiple powers available. And now they're just going to damage me. Bruh. That's just rude. Okay. Can I block my way through that damage? Let's find out. Yes. Yes, I can. Okay. Let's shrug it off then. And let's get this other one played. Because it is useful. And it gets it out of my draw pile as well. Alternatively, I could just Whirlwind, get some damage, get it upgrading. If I play that, I am going to be on 16-10 block. I'll be taking damage. I don't really want to be taking damage, actually. No, let's defend and Whirlwind. Full block. Okay, 18 incoming. No further effects other than my powers are debuffed, but I don't have any powers in hand, so that is fine. Breakthrough would cost me a hit point. They're getting a little bit sparse, and I don't have the buff to it yet. Let's see, 6 block and 4 block. Oh, damn, that's only 10 block. 18 incoming. I do have 13 total block, I should say. Don't want to be wasting potions. We got a boss fight very shortly. So, block as much as I can, and then might as well just get a big hit in. If he's going to make it hard to block, I'm going to need to kill him quicker. Okay, Rupture is here. It is going to hurt me for doing so, but it is here. He's also doing 16 damage again. Let's shrug. Not shrug, that was rage. Then shrug it off, get the block. I could Blood Wall for lots more block again, but honestly, I kind of want to play that into this. That's going to block all but 2 of the damage. I think that's worthwhile. And I can now get more strength buffs later. Speaking of getting strength buffs, he just did. Still not had Pyre turn up, and that is painful. Also, Pyre is going to hurt me, even trying to play it. Painful. So in that case, probably defend an uppercut, weaken him, block as much as I can. Yeah, I'll still take 1 damage here. I'm not going to waste time on that card. Hurting more than I would like. Please don't have this be the way it ends. Okay, Unrelenting into birds. No. No. Yeah, this deck is rather large, Kane. I've wanted to pick up more of the fancy new cards. I know that's not been ideal, but I wanted to just see more of the potential interactions than anything, rather than a hyper-optimized 10-card deck where I then just see one feature over and over. $18 incoming damage, though, is a fuck ton. Because, I mean, I'd die. He's already weakened, and I'd still die. Draw 3. I need better options. Okay. Not much better, but it is a 6 block rather than a 4. Keeps up the vulnerables. Let's go with that. Into a dismantle. Please don't eat my bird swoop. There's so many other cards. Please don't eat my bird swoop. That worked. What did it consume? Ah, basic strike. I was hoping it would go for health and beyond. Oh, do I not have the power for... Shoot, I don't have juggling. Damn it. Because the bastard was making it cost so much to use it. I didn't... Shoot. Alright, well. Thrash is back and it'll insta-kill him. Okay. Boy. If you exhausted a card this turn, gain 4 energy. What? Wow, okay. Is this to exhaust non-attacks for block, but it's just kind of a one-time burn. And that's costing me hit points, which I don't really have to spend. So... that's a cool card for a different deck than what I've built here, but... god damn. Yeah, we're gonna have to move on from that lot. I need the rest. Good thing I've got a cozy little pillow. I can get to 54 hit points. Oh boy. And now for this boss fight of an undetermined nature. Fingers crossed. The Queen intends to apply affliction. Come on, afflictions on your cards. There's so many of these effects. Okay, it's a lot to work around. And then a Torch Head Amalgam. Just looking to attack for 18. Also, hell a lot of hit points around here. I can open with Pyre. Pyre is free and giving me energy and more energy later, so that is just an absolute win. I'm also going to apply this because might as well. Juggling, might as well. Shrug it off. Let's see what we find. We find a Stomp. We're not going to be using that today. So let's go ahead and put even more vulnerable on you. And I'm actually not going to make this last attack. I'm going to hold. So I get 7 energy next turn, rather than just dealing 13 damage. 2 more energy next turn seems like the smarter play here. What's the debuff? Chains of Binding. The first 3 cards drawn each turn are affected with Bound. Only 1 bound card can be played each turn. Cards unbound at the end of turn. Shit. Okay, so all of that energy then was almost for nothing. Ah! Alright, this one can make the next thing free, but honestly I can only then cast these 2 anyway. That's only 3 of my 7 energy. So I might as well go for the one that's higher damage, and it's this by just a little bit, because that's 32 versus 31, yeah. Blocking for 6 is not worth it for the amount of damage I'm clearly going to need. I might want to apply 3 weak to this, because it looks like it's just going to keep attacking. So let's just bring that down. Smack that as hard as I can. Keep it vulnerable. Smack it again. I thought about it. Alright. I have an extra strike now. Does the queen heal? I sure hope not. 99?! 99! This doesn't tick down. $27 damage with weak, because I'm vulnerable, and frail, and weak 99. I need a rolling guard. Please. Oh god. Bird Swoop can only be played once, or breakthrough, lose 1 HP, deal damage to all. Did I gain... I haven't ruptured yet, so that's no bueno. Nope, it's down there. I could play the Thrash and however eat this Howl from Beyond, but I can't play that first, and it's very likely just to consume one of these instead. Oh my god. I play the Thrash first, see if it eats Howl from Beyond, but then I also can't play Howl from Beyond myself, but it'll still play eventually. Yeah. Okay, it took that one. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. And that's a deal 9 damage, so Thrash is now 13. Honestly, not a bad trade. Hello, Logrin. You've arrived at just the right time. I'm going to die. I did that wrong. It is what it is. Ow. Yeah, I probably should have got another Thrash card. Oh well. Okay, shrug it off. Rupture. Rupture is fucking chained. 16 incoming damage. I could survive that turn, but... yeah. I need the card draw, so I'm going to play Rupture, get the power done, and then also get 2 more cards out of it. Nice. Okay, there is more block. That's good. I'm not going to get the benefit of being able to double play an attack this turn. And I've got 6 energy for only 4 energy of cards, and nothing else I can interact with, so I might as well just spend everything and hope for the best. I can't even get through all of that block. I can just about get through it. I'm probably better off just hitting this one this turn. That's going to give me a total of 11 block to 16 incoming. I lose 5 hit points. It's not the end of the world. She's blocking again. Weak is worn off. Okay, Strike came back. I do have a Whirlwind Ultra play. And I can Bloodwell first to block a whole lot. Yeah. As much as it's going to make me have lower energy next time, that seems like the play here. That does seem like the play. I could also use a Pillage to draw until a non-attack comes through, which would be Rage. Which I could then play for free for another 3 block. Which... I guess... yeah, deals 6 damage to one target, 6 less damage to one of these targets, in exchange for a little extra block. I think that's smart. Let's take a swing at the queen. There we go. We're gonna up Rage, Blood Wall, because I need the tank. I could uppercut before Whirlwind. Is that going to be worth it to me? Because I could uppercut this thing to weaken it and reduce the incoming damage again. That's probably actually a smarter play than just burning all on Whirlwind. Because now I'm going to nearly full tank. I could full tank if I went for defend, but Whirlwind is the better play still. Both of them will take 22 damage. That's worth it. And this gets buffed. Yeah, send it. I can't... Oh, it copies the chain? It copies the chain. You bastard of a game. Alright, go away. We full block this turn, which is good. She's going to buff that thing and protect herself again. She's no longer vulnerable. We've got 36 incoming damage. And I have exactly 1 defensive card. That's game. That is game. I do not have 133 damage of Nova to deal with this week. That's game. Boy. Let's play what I can. See just how close I get. I'm going to play that. Play the strike. Go into for a dismantle, which will play twice. Give me another to play it again. Honestly, not a bad Nova. But it's all I've got. Thank you, Esprit, for the best choice of music right this moment. Yeah, I can get to 8 block. And 8 block is not enough. Best I've got. Honestly, not too shabby. If I dare say so, not too shabby. If I'd had artifacts, that would have really dealt with this. This Chains of Binding is brutal. And I have made some admittedly poor deck decisions up to this point, just because I wanted to see more mechanics. Was this my first ever run? Yeah, first ever run on Slay the Spire 2. End turn. Honestly, getting this far first run through, I'll take that. Just my luck. Yeah. Ta-da! I did lose a lot of hit points on that fight. Right? Oh no, on this one, yeah. So the Soul Nexus took out 60 hit points. And then I lost another 17 there, so my heal didn't get me a full heal there. And what did I get for it? I got a potion belt and a weak potion. Yeah. That elite was not a good return. Potion belt that late is absolutely sucky. Absolutely sucky. Also, yeah, I've just realized it's showing me the full details of each interaction there, which is nice. Yeah, that elite absolutely shafted me. So much damage taken. Consuming a potion in the process. And all I really got out of it was a weak potion. The Almighty Queen River, popping in with their shivs just at the moment that I die to the Queen. The Queen added a piece of the Ironclad to her collection. Ugh. 34 new enemies, 4 relics, 64 cards, and 4 epochs. I don't actually know what those are. I don't know what those are. Maybe we're about to find out. In the timeline, reveal epochs to unlock cards, relics, and much more. Okay. Niao, play a single run to reveal this epoch. Chapter 5, Niao, the reopening. Mother of Resurrection, Niao, awakened from a slumber. Rise, champion. Again. Again. Niao will now greet you at the start of each run. Nice. What next have we got? Fog rolls in. Play a run with the Ironclad to reveal this epoch. Which I think unlocks the Silent. News of the Spire's reopening made its way to the Silent. She ferries a boat to the capital. The Silent sneaks past the gate wards with ease and enters the Spire once more, unlocked as a playable character. And more to be found has arrived. Okay. Play a run with the Silent to reveal this. Beat Act 1 with the Silent to reveal this. 15 elites of Silent. Act 3. I wonder if that's 15 in one run. Ironclad. Beat Act 1 of Ironclad. What do we get? Ironclad, a warrior from a faraway land, has entered the Spire. Driven by pure instinct and accursed blood, he has lost all reason and identity. All who prevent his ascent shall perish. Cards unlocked. Molten Fist. Deal 10 damage. Double the enemy's vulnerable. Exhaust. Nifty. Vulnerable enemies take an additional 25% damage. That's nice. Gain 1 strength for each vulnerable on the enemy. Exhaust. Ooh, what a combo. What a combo of cards to unlock. That is nice. We've got Devastation. The Ironclad strength surges. The flames of the demonic pact course through his blood. Cuts and bruises heal rapidly. The Valley Guard are cleaved into. The Desert Tribe are burnt to a crisp. Windwalkers smashed into the ground. And even a familiar horde of aggressive bronze-cladded warriors are set ablaze of these exciting new flames. All of the Ironclad's enemies are shown no mercy. All of the Ironclad's... Ironclad? Where is everyone? We've unlocked some relics. Red Skull for extra strength, whilst Willow. Paper Frog. Enemies are vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50%, which in combo with the other card, to make that even 100%. Ooh. We have Watcher at home. And Ruined Helmet. The first time you gain strength each combat, double the amount gained. Nifty. And over here, unlocked by accumulating score. Just any score whatsoever. Sure, what is it? A void of nothingness. But then the world came into existence. It churned about and moulded itself to that which tells stories. Along this journey lay a planet named Prion, a mere speck in this universe. They say that a great story about a spire took place there. We learn this isn't a mere speck of a world, far from ours. Cards unlocked. Colorless cards. Every 10 cards you draw gain energy. Yep. At the start of your turn, transform 1 card in your hand. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that is peculiar. And Catastrophe. Play 2 random cards from your draw pile. These are very curious. And it's unlocked. Unlocked by accumulating score. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just more on the way. 15 bosses are silent. Beat Act 3 3 times. Beat Act 3 with Ironclad. Act 2 of Ironclad. Act 3 is silent. Can't see if it's making progress. I get maybe it is 15 in one run. Oh damn. Play a run with every character to reveal this epoch. Kill 15 bosses with the Ironclad. Okay, yeah, so it's clearly cumulative then. Because you can't kill 15 bosses in one run. More scoring. Kill all 3 Overgrowth bosses. Okay, yep. Counter all other Ancients. Beat Ascension 1. And play a single run with all characters and beat Act 3 to reveal this epoch. The daily. Can you see upgraded versions of these cards? Oh. Apparently they don't want to re-reveal here. So let's go... Compendium? Card library? View upgrades. And let's see then. So... Can I just go for known? Anyway, let's see then. Which ones were new ones? Some we didn't even encounter. I feel like I am missing deets. Oh, wow. Alright, colorless cards. Let's see. Oh, do I have to actually play a run for the companion to update? Okay, fair enough. That's why they're not showing. Got it. Interesting. Fair enough. Also, potions. Oh, wow. I don't remember there being this many potions. Including unlocking this many potions. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Plenty to find. Very happy to do so as and when they come around. And likewise with relics. Are there lots and lots of relics? Of course there's lots and lots of relics. Of course there are. Including specific to these stages. Very interesting. Yeah, so all of this goes to show why I didn't even hesitate to purchase Slay the Spire 2, even though it's in early access. Because as far as these devs go, they do not mess around on giving us good content. Not in the slightest. With what they demonstrated with Slay the Spire 1, of course it was the right choice. And in case y'all want a very easy link to go purchase it yourself, !goal. Fun fact, I actually got a 10% discount because I own Slay the Spire 1. Because they made a collection on Steam, and Steam discounts the collection if you have part of the collection already, it means I could get it even cheaper. So, yeah, if you already own Slay the Spire 1, you'll be able to get it cheaper, get Slay the Spire 2 cheaper than if you didn't already have the first game. I think it's a nice little bit to give to those who supported it. Not sponsored? Not sponsored, Esprit. If it was sponsored, I'd have to announce it properly all over the place. This is me just going, this is great. If anything, just doing my bit as a streamer going, well, it's nice of them to let me just stream their IP. Give back. Absolutely. Think it's just all for the love of the game? Yeah, literally. It's under !goal just to make that nice and easy. But that is where we are going to wrap it up today. Slay the Spire 2 looks brilliant, and yet it's also kept so much of the core of the original that it is very much a welcome expansion. And it's in early access. There is more planned with it, including more beyond the end of Act 3, similar to how it happened with the first game. So we can look forward to that as the game develops as well, but that is also a full-on 3 hours of stream today, of looking through bits and pieces, playing it through at a casual, exploratory pace. I do need to rest. I will catch you all in the next one. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday for some more good old Warframe. Take care, y'all. Also, can I appreciate that the sound settings were perfect on opening the game? I didn't have to adjust anything.